Greetings and salutations and welcome to Soo Eagles Hockey on ESPN 1400 and Hockey TV. My name is Scott Nason as we are broadcasting from Pullar Stadium on this Friday night, the first day of November, as we await the start of this Western Division clash between the Soo Eagles and the Rayside Balfour Canadians. Our broadcast engineer back in the ESPN 1400 studios once again tonight, Emily Pentecost. Our cameraman here at Pullar Stadium is Rob Horn. And joining me right now, the man to my left. Kind of not used to that, but not politically, although it might be actually accurate in this case. The man that's positioned to my left, color commentator to the Stars, Larry Pozzebon, rejoining us once again. Larry, how you doing on this Friday night? A little bit of snow, some flurries in the air.
Yeah, good. It's winter's coming upon us a little too soon yet.
It is. Well, November has come, Larry, and the Soo Eagles are searching for victories after a tough weekend last weekend. They are losers of 3 straight games, going back to that Blind River game a couple weekends ago. Larry, the Eagles, a tough weekend last weekend, losing to Rayside Balfour by the score of 3-2 on Saturday night and losing to Blind River by a 3-0 count. And with 4 more games here on this homestand, Eagles want to turn it around right now against a team that they're looking up at in the standings, the Rayside Balfour Canadians.
Yeah, they may have some luck in this tonight. By me saying luck, it appears that Rayside have sold or traded Bowen, their number 1 goaltender, to the Quebec League. So now their previous backup goaltender, I think it's Heinzel.
Yeah,
he's number 1 right now, and they got a young kid, Marios, from their midget team in Sudbury or Rayside, around that area anyways. So the Eagles might stand a better chance because Bowen has been he's been hot against everybody this year. So I think all the rest of the teams are clapping, or maybe they put something towards that to get him out of here.
Yeah, David Bowen, who really had that outstanding playoff series against the Eagles in last year's playoff, and he's been just as outstanding this year. He was property of the Sudbury Wolves of the Ontario Hockey League, and they traded him to the Quebec League to Drummondville. So he's getting a good chance there on a contending team. So we wish David Bowen the best, and if you're an Eagles fan, you really wish him farewell and following seas, as they used to say in the Navy.
Just a little tidbit here. Now, his dad broadcast the Maple Leaf games.
Joe Bowen, yep.
Joe, yeah.
Yep, so. Joe, absolutely. Eagles come into this game with a record of 7-9-1-1. They are now 5 points behind the third-place Sioux Thunderbirds, who defeated Elliott Lake on Wednesday. Rayside Balfour, they're a point out of first place in the West, with a record of 16-3-1, 27 points, 1 point ahead, or behind, Blind River. And we mentioned this on Saturday, Larry. Right now, looking in the rearview mirror, the Espanola Express all of a sudden just 3 points behind the Eagles. So these Western Division games, Larry, you always call them 4-point games. They got one tonight here against Rayside. They played Rayside 3 times. They've lost to them by 1 goal 3 times. They've lost 13 of their 18 games. I should say 13 of their 18 games have been decided by 1 goal. So the Eagles are right there, but again, just not getting those goals to get those victories.
Yeah, they're not getting over that hump. They have to start putting the puck in the net. That's just it.
Other games going on in the NOJHL tonight. Blind River is already underway against Kirkland Lake, the team that will be here tomorrow night. No score early in the first period. No score in Cochrane between the French River Rapids and Cochrane Crunch. No score at Espanola between the 18-1 Powassan Voodoos and the Espanola Express. And just about to start, right at the same time as this one, the Sioux Thunderbirds taking on the Elliott Lake Wildcats. For those that are watching on Hockey TV or listening on ESPN 1400, we welcome you to our broadcast. One of the things that we like to do here on Hockey TV and on the radio is hear from our fans, or at least those that are watching, maybe not our fans per se, but Eagle fans, Canadian fans, and just maybe random people that are watching this game. And the way you can do so is by going to Twitter. You can tweet me at snason, that's Nason 2013. Again, that's snason 2013. Put that in your tweet, and then we will say hello. I already want to say hello to Jim and Vicky Portlock, who are here up from Texas. They're going to come between periods, Larry, so don't go too far.
They brought the snow?
I believe so,
well,
yes.
There was snow in Texas there a while
ago. There was
ago,
snow, exactly. And I want to say hello to the Parrott family watching from Howell. They are wishing for an Eagles victory, as, well, most Eagle fans here in attendance. Lots of things going on locally here in the Sault Ste. Marie and Eastern Upper Peninsula area. The Lake Superior State University Lakers, losers of 6 straight. They're at home taking on Ferris State. We'll get updates on that game. You can hear that game on our sister station, Today's Hits 99.5 Yes FM here locally. And the Sioux Greyhounds, Larry, they are in action tonight as well at the Memorial Gardens. As well, they changed the app here, so I'm all sorts of mixed up. Yeah, well, yes, exactly. I believe they're taking on Guelph tonight, and they'll take on Windsor tomorrow night. And we have EUP.
I thought it was Owen Sound.
Yeah, who knows? I can't. The thing I have here is all they changed the app, and I'm not very happy about it either. So I guess
I'm miserable about it.
Absolutely. Well, while we're miserable, we're going to take a break here on our pregame show, and Larry and I will come back. We'll look at the scratches for tonight's game and talk more about this Western Division clash between the Soo Eagles and the Rayside Balfour Canadians. You are watching Soo Eagles hockey on Hockey TV and listening on ESPN 1400. Got Nathan back at Pullar Stadium on this Friday night, the 1st of November, as we are awaiting the start of tonight's NLJHL contest between the Soo Eagles and Rayside Balfour Canadians. Want to also welcome our viewers on Hockey TV for the league's only simulcast. We're the only team in the NLJHL that does both radio and on Hockey TV, so want to welcome everybody online. I also want to give a couple hellos to the Parrott family, as we mentioned. Caleb Parrott watching from Howell. Also want to say hello to Austin Dax watching. He wants number 23 to get the win. And again, if you want to tweet us during the broadcast, we'd love to hear from you. We offer that to Rayside Balfour fans that are watching as well. Tweet us at snason2013. Looking at the lineups for tonight and the scratches, first of all, for the visiting Rayside Balfour Canadians, scratch number 17, Giordano Biondi. Number 20, Ethan Lamarnd. Number 26, Carson McMillan. Number 44, Alexander Folk, who's serving the second of a 6-game suspension. And number 77, Zachary Giroux. For the Soo Eagles, players not in the lineup tonight include number 6, Blake Vaca. Number 11, Jacob Bumbaco. Number 13, Kyle Quinn. Number 14, Kyle Portlock, and number 18, Raph Praisner. And one addition to the lineup, Larry, from the Sioux Indians, I believe, and if I'm not mistaken, the son of former Lake Superior State University player Sean Tlair, number 17 tonight for the Eagles, Chase Tlair, dressed for the Eagles. So
starting.
Yeah, and starting as well. So I know he's done very well with the Sioux Indians program, so it'll be very interesting to see what Chase does. And starting in net for the Eagles tonight, Larry, once again, number 29, Shane Brancato, who's played well this season. He's put up good numbers, and he's put up workman-like numbers as far as playing most of the games. We saw Ryan Gilmore on Saturday do a pretty good job. And starting for the Rayside Balfour Canadians, number 1, Nicholas Heinzel. And again, we don't know much about Heinzel because we haven't seen him very much because it's always been David Bowen. But again, no offense to Mr. Heinzel, but I think the Eagles are probably glad to see Bowen go off to Quebec. I think they might say. Yeah, exactly.
We are also. We.
Exactly. He is a good one, and he's a young one as well, and so he's going to be doing some good things in Drummondville. Larry, what are your thoughts as far as where the Eagles sit right now? I know you haven't seen tons of games here, but right now, 4th place. What does this team need to do a little bit better, in your opinion, to move up in the standings?
Well, for the 4 games that I have seen here, they have to start scoring. That's it. The kids, somebody's got to say, listen, I'm going to go out there and win a game for us because that. And the other option is don't let any goals in.
That always helps.
Yeah, so they got to work on both of those areas. So that means your penalty killing, your power play, they got to be productive. And last year, I'm just using a comparative. Last year, the Eagles had a tremendous penalty killing.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
and you look at this, we were talking about this before the broadcast, Larry, the schedule. This is a good opportunity for the Eagles to maybe make a little bit of a move in the standings. They have Rayside Balfour tonight, Kirkland Lake tomorrow night, then they go to Blind River on Sunday, a place they've had trouble this year, losing both games. And then next weekend at home against Espanola and Elliott Lake. And, you have Espanola a couple times after that on the road. You have Elliott Lake. And then the schedule gets real tough towards Thanksgiving. You have Hearst and Powassan coming in here. Then 6 games on the road, traveling to Powassan, Kirkland Lake, French River, the Thunderbirds, Blind River, Rayside. I mean, it doesn't get easy in this league.
You're giving me a headache.
Well,
but no, that's a heavy duty schedule right there. Like there's nothing easy. The only time that things can get easy if the Eagles go on a winning streak, then it gets easy.
And Larry, one of the things that happened on Monday, I want to mention before the Eagles come out for the starting lineups and we go to the national anthems. On Monday, there was a burger bash at Elks Lodge for John Bell, former Soo Eagles announcer, a longtime radio voice here in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. And I got to give a lot of kudos to the Soo Eagles organization. Every player was there. The coaches were there. The staff was there. It was a great turnout. John was there. It was really good to see Johnny smiling. Obviously, he's had some health issues, and a lot of money was raised. And so I want to give kudos to the Soo Eagles for, once again, being at a public event and volunteering their time and resources to it. It was a really nice job, and it was well needed for John.
That's great. And in past history, the Eagles have always done things like that. The bowling,
sure.
Other burger bashes.
Yeah.
They go around through the community to visit the senior homes. The Eagles organization itself doing a top job here.
And being from here and living here all my life, Larry, people see that it goes a long way. And what they also did was they gave a free ticket to every burger box that was bought. And so it's a great idea because why not, obviously give a financial incentive to those to donate, but also to get them to experience Soo Eagles hockey. Maybe they wouldn't come if they didn't have the ticket. Be like, most of the time they'll say, this is pretty good. I want to come back.
Yeah,
that's
really
good. That's good marketing as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they do well, and they have a lot to entice the folks when they're in here. You got the chuck a puck, you got popcorn, you
sure.
got refreshments, you got buy a program and you can win. There's prizes galore down there.
It's everything.
Yeah. So they're doing well here for the fans that want to come into this building.
Larry, we're going to go to the starting lineups before we take our final break on the radio and the national anthem. So let's go to Bob St. Peter for the starting lineups tonight.
Home of Hockeytown, USA, Pullar Stadium. Tonight, your Soo Eagles take on the Rayside Balfour Canadiens. And with the starting lineups for the Canadiens, now in goal, number 1, Nicholas Heinzel. On defense, number 9, Zachary Snow. On defense, number 43, Graham Siren. At forward, number 14, Brady Metalis. At forward, number 22, Oliver Smith. At forward, number 24, Matthew Dokes Dupree. The head coach for the Canadiens, Dan Cuomo. The assistant coach, Jordan Beljo. And the assistant coach is Perry Como. And now, your starting lineup for your Soo Eagles. In goal, number 29, Shane Brancato. And on defense, number 2, Cameron Perrett. On defense, number 19, Bryce French. At forward, number 10, George Afanis. At forward, number 15, Joe Brandinger. At forward, number 17, Chase Taylor. The head coach for your Eagles, Doug LaPrade. The assistant coaches, J.T. Hensky. Assistant coach.
We're going to take our final break in the pregame show. When Larry and I come back, we'll have the start of tonight's game here at Pullar Stadium between the Soo Eagles and the Rayside Balfour Canadiens. You're watching Soo Eagles hockey on Hockey TV and listening on ESPN 1400.
And the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Dan Kenny with our national anthem.
So there you have it, the national anthem from Dan Kenny, the starting lineups from Bob St. Peter, and color commentary coming up from Larry Pozzebon as we're set to go here, the fourth meeting of the regular season between the Soo Eagles and the Rayside Balfour Canadiens. The Canadiens have won all three by 1 goal, Larry, so obviously the Eagles want to break that streak tonight.
Yes, they do, and Nobody's going to do anything until they turn the lights on in here.
Yeah, I was going to say, we doing a darkened broadcast here, Larry?
Well, we have lights up here, but on the ice, I think somebody forgot to put the plug back in.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, 4 other games going on in the NOJHL tonight. We do have some scores in some of those games. Blind River leading at home against Kirkland Lake by the score of 1-0. That one has 2 minutes left in the first period. After 1 in Cochrane, the Crunch leading French River 1-0. And at Espanola, Powassan 1, Espanola 0. And Sioux Thunderbirds leading at Elliott Lake 1-0. That one early first. So here we go. The Eagles in their home black jerseys. The Canadians in their road white jerseys. We played Saturday. We're playing again here Friday. And we're underway here at Pullar Stadium. Canadians with the puck. Eagles will be going left to right as seen on your video monitor and heard on your radio dial as the puck goes back into the Eagles' end. A smaller crowd tonight so far. Not real big, but not real small either. Puck at center ice taken by our Fanos. Want to say hello to Stephen and the crew watching tonight down in Illinois. That shot goes wide. Siren with the puck for the Canadians. Now the Canadians will clear it down the ice. Parrott will chase it down. And Brancato will hold. We've played 33 seconds of this first period, Larry. No score.
That was a shot on goal all the way down from inside Balfour Canadians' blue line, trying to clear the zone and went right on goal.
I want to say hello to DJ Brancato watching tonight on Hockey TV. Again, if you want to say hi to Larry or I want to comment on the game, you can do so by Twitter. You can tweet me at snason at 2013. Now the Eagles, with the puck at center ice, chased down by Ali. Ali and Monjone in the Canadians' end. Now Ali over to Smoody. Smoody over in the far corner. Eagles want to get that first goal. It's been something that they've had a hard time doing here at Pullar Stadium.
Eagles clear the puck all the way down their own zone right now.
Boulware with the puck. Now long pass up ice to Kylie Ram. Goes off a Chisholm. Now taken by Monjone. He'll pass it over along the far side boards. Now back over here. Picked up by Martin. Good hit by Boulware, but the Canadians come up with it. A shot up high. Brancato will make the save and hold the face-off in the Eagles' end. 18:44 to play in this first period. No score.
The Canadians have 2 shots on goal. Eagles have none right now. Line changes for both teams.
So we'll get some fresh bodies out there. Face-off to the right of Brancato. Eagles looking up at 3 teams in the standings. The Thunderbirds 5 points behind them, and then Rayside and Blind River. As we have some maintenance on the net. Looks like they got the older nets there. Those back of the nets look pretty worn out there, Larry.
Yes, I'm not sure if the officials, that's one of their jobs prior to the game in every period. They're supposed to be checking the netting for holes that the puck could slip through there. So it looks like whether they missed that or they forgot to do it, it's repaired now.
So face-off to the right of Brancato. Eagles win the face-off. They'll skate it across the blue line. Wood with it. He'll flip it into the Canadian zone. As Bice falls down. Now Clark. Clark will fire the puck in. Want to say hello to Daniel Clark watching back at home if he's around tonight. Might have some high school football to deal with. Playoff start here tonight. A little cold at the football fields tonight, Larry. Nice here at Pullar Stadium.
Yeah, it was nice this afternoon, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
On my way to the game. Oh,
now
boy.
Leishman with the puck. Tried to put it in front. Goes off the stick of Brancato. Now kept in by Clark for the Canadians. That's Christopher Clark. Eagles have it as Hayden Clark will fire that one to center. Picked up there by Laval. Laval across the blue line. Pass over to Houseman. Now Houseman puts it through the slot over to Scarella for the Eagles. Scarella chips that one back to center. Laval back in his own zone. Almost there, a good chance for Dax. Now kept in by momentarily. Now the Canadians come up with it. Across the blue line, DeRocha puts it in front. Now a chance. Puck goes in the near corner. Dax trying to clear that out. Kept in by Bertrand. He'll put a shot on. Gloved by Brancato and he'll hold. 17:27 to play in the first period. No score. Shots 3-0, Larry, in favor of the visitors.
Yeah, the Eagles were defenseman tried to keep that puck in. He did, but it came right back out, and the Canadians had an odd man advantage, 3-on-2, but nothing really developed with it.
I want to say hello to, I believe it's Richard Boulware, a new Twitter follower. Not sure if that's Richard or somebody else. We'll have to get clarification. Must be Dad watching or brother. Now shot goes wide, picked up by Parrott. Parrott clears that one to center. Bertrand fires that off the boards. French behind his own net. Eagles 3-game losing streak. Lost their 2 games here last weekend, 3-0 to Blind River and 3-2 to the Canadians as that puck goes down the ice. We'll have an icing call and a face-off back in the Eagles' end. If you want to hear the podcast of this broadcast, go to the website, thegamesportshow.com or thegamesportshow.podbean.com. There you can find all Soo Eagles home game broadcasts. Download them for free. No charge. Maybe I should start charging. Nah. Now Snow shot. That goes wide behind the net. As now Brancato, he gets knocked over. As the Canadians player in there a little bit. We'll have another face-off.
Net knocked off. Let's see where they're taking this face-off. They're keeping it inside?
5 minutes left to go in the first period at the Taffy Able Arena. No score between Ferris and the Lakers. Now face-off, won by the Eagles. Parrott over in the far corner. Didn't want to say hello to Kayla and the Parrott family watching tonight. We saw some of them here last weekend. We see Pat Praisner over there. I don't see Blanca. Blanca, I hope you're watching back in Texas, or maybe she's here. Now we have a whistle, and we're going to have a penalty, Larry, and that's going to be a slashing call, and that's going to go against Lamberty.
I think it's Neen. Just to correct you on that one. He's going to the knee.
That's not a slash. I'm sorry, knee. Did I call it slashing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, knee. That's why we have it here, Larry.
Or maybe tripping.
Could be.
That's tripping, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that was knee.
Neen is on the top of the
right.
knee.
Either way, the Eagles will be shorthanded. So they'll have to get, a couple players off. They have 6. That's not going to work out too well in their favor.
They're trying.
Yeah, really.
Got to be sneaky sometimes.
Yes, indeed. Face off to the left of Brancato. Price to take the draw.
For Jake Lamberty. 2 minutes tripping.
So tripping the call on Lamberty. Now a chance for the Canadians. Martin with the puck. Back to Hatanaka. Hatanaka to Martin. Now Martin moves in. Passes it down low. Quick shot. Save Brancato. Another chance. Pad save Brancato. And the Eagles will fire that out. They might have a breakaway. Here's Price. Across the blue line. Price in a shot. Oh, and a save there by Heinzel. Good scoring chance for the Eagles. Price walked in, but Heinzel made the nice save. Now the Eagles will fire that back into the Rayside end. Canadians with the puck. Minute 25 left on the power play. DeGrazia across to the blue line. DeGrazia trying to set it up. Canadians move it in. Now a chance in front. Ooh, almost a scoring opportunity there for the Canadians player. Rayside with the puck. In the slot. Belanger shot. That goes behind the net. On the near side boards, DeGrazia back to Hatanaka. Hatanaka's pass off the boards. Now he gets it back at the blue line, moves in, slides it over to Laval. Laval over, shot,
there
and a goal! Belanger open in front, a little tic-tac-toe there. And again, first goals by the Eagles have been hard to come by this year at home. They trail by the score of 1-0, 15:34 to play in the first period. Go ahead, Larry.
They had an opportunity on a breakaway and then just couldn't capitalize, and then Sudbury with the power play, or Rayside power play, come right back.
It wasn't the prettiest setup, Larry, but it was very effective.
Yeah,
and
they move it well.
Yeah, Canadians lead by the score of 1-0. A power play goal. Let's hear from Bob. We'll wait for Bob here. He's still getting the goals as the Eagles move it in. Here's Chase Tolaire. Heard a ding apparently down there. Now the Eagles with a chance in front. A shot save there by Heinzel. Puck behind the net. Tolaire with it. Tolaire tried to put it in front. Now Brandon.
Canadian goal
there we go.
By number 14, Brady Metellus.
And a goal for the Eagles. Orfanos walks right in front. We'll turn down Bob. And we're tied at 1. Where's the horn? We got no horn tonight. The horn's broken. And the Eagles have tied this one up at 1 with 14:58 to play here in the period. So just like that, the Eagles strike and no horn. There's no air in the horn apparently.
Oh,
Eagles, I don't know. Maybe I have no idea if that even takes air, but it's 1-1. And so we'll get the clarification on that goal.
maybe it's not plugged in, isn't that it? I think all you got to do is pull the switch up here.
I have no idea, Larry. I'm just trying to focus on the broadcast. Yeah. I don't know anything about air horns. We'll get clarification on that goal. We're tied at 1. See, Bob was delayed that. It threw off. The goal is scored by Maltese, his 4th, with an assist from Benjamin Hatanaka.
Scored by number 10, George Safanis. Assist Number 15, Joe Bandinger. The time of the goal, 14:58.
So George Orfanos, not Surfanis, apparently he's a new player I didn't have on the roster, gets the goal with Bradinger the assists. Okay, we're 1-1 here. 14:20 to play as Larry is now cameraman while Rob figures out what's wrong with the horn. Now that one will go down the ices. Well, it's quite the start here, Larry. We got things going on all over the place. Yeah, you're trying to write down goals.
I'm trying to get times.
1-1 tie here at Pullar Stadium.
We know that much.
Yes, Orfanos gets the goal, giving assist to Bradinger, number 15. The assist on the Rayside goal, Larry, give that to 74 Hatanaka. That one was on the power. Just one assist at this point. Canadians with the shot. That is saved there by Brancato. Puck along the near boards. Now taken by Clark. Clark fires it over to Ali. Now that one cleared the center. Canadians shoot it back in. Seems so weird to hear the Eagles score a goal without the horn. It just seems so flat. Now at center ice. Eagles glove it down. That's Wood. He fires it in. That goes behind Heinzel. Puck taken by the Canadians. DeGrazia at the blue lines. Pass goes off of Price. Now Bice shoots it in. Heinzel behind his own net. Price intercepts. Tried to get it to Wood. Now here's Clark at the near point. Picked up there by Price. Now Price near circle. Over to Wood. Wood over to Price. Now had that intercepted. And here come the Canadians. Off the boards. Dresch catches up to it. Now Martin in the Eagles' end. Martin with the puck behind the Eagles' net. Rayside with it. Still in the Eagles' zone. Now picked up by Clark. Clark at his own blue line. Will fire that off the boards. Picked up at center ice. Now here comes Martin. Martin with the puck for the Canadians. Taken away by Wood. Now here come the Eagles. Wood trying to get it to Dax. He does. Pass just a little over his stick. Dax gets it behind the net. Now Dax over in the far corner. Still has the puck. Puts it in front. Oh, Wood was right there. Now a shot and a save there by Heinzel. Has good opportunities for the Eagles as Parrott fires that one in. Now the Canadians with the puck. 12:25 to play in this first period. 1-1 tie. Orfanos with the goal for the Eagles. And Maltese, I believe, for the Canadians getting the goal.
14, yep.
Now the Canadians with it. Chisholm at center ice. Shots 5-4 Rayside. Now Chisholm's pass just out of the reach of Belanger. Now Dax will fire that one off the high glass. Clark keeps it in. Now chance in front of shot. Save Brancato. He came out and robbed. I believe that was Vachon. Now across the blue line. Here come the Eagles with it. Scarella puts it in front. Saved by Heinzel. Keep wanting to say Bowen, Larry. It's a hard habit to break. Belanger with it. Tried to get it to Siren. Now Siren's pass over. Just out of the reach of, I believe that was Hatanaka. Now another chance. Save Brancato. Wild action here early in this one. Now the Eagles have it at center ice. Lamberty loses the puck to Brown. Brown's pass to Hatanaka. Across the blue line. That one will stay in the neutral zone. Clark across the blue line. And Brown, that's going to be offside. We're going to catch our breath, Larry. 11:18 to play in this first period. 1-1 tie.
They're calling intentional offside there, so the puck will go all the way down to the Rayside Balfour Canadian zone.
Do we fix the horn, Rob? No, the air compressor burned.
You were right, no air.
I say I was right. All right, well. So we'll have to have somebody just do a real loud in the crowd. Maybe that'll help out. Face off to the left of Heinzel.
Could have had Wolfie here. He would have did that.
You're right, yeah.
I saw him tonight. Okay.
Oh, okay. Now here come the Canadians with it. Snow flips that into the Eagles' end. Brancato behind his own net. He'll play it on the near boards. Orfanos, who scored the Eagles' goal in this first period. Rink wide pass over to Harris. Now the Eagles chip it in. Mongeon. Mongeon passes it up. Now on the near side. Eagles will fire that one hard. That's Clark. Houseman will shoot that puck in. Taken there by Dresch. Dresch with the puck. Shot 6-4 Rayside here in this first period as Orfanos with it. He fires that puck wide. Over in the far boards to Dupuis. Now the Canadians with the puck at center ice. Dupuis across the blue line. On the near side boards and at center ice, Bertrand over to Mongeon. Mongeon for the Canadians at center ice. We'll have immediate timeout on the next whistle, assuming there's not a power play, and the referees remember. Sometimes that's an assumption tough on both.
Yeah.
Dupuis with it and a shot. Brancato makes the save and he'll hold. And we'll have a face-off with 10:02 to play here in this first period.
Interesting that Brancato held that puck right there because there was no one around him.
Yeah.
So
shot 7-4 in favor of the Canadians. Not a bad start for the Eagles, Larry. After giving up that early goal, they responded quickly.
I didn't get a chance to even write times down. So
we'll get those here at intermission. Now here's Bice with it. He shoots it right into the Rayside defender. Bice with the puck. Down low to Price. Now behind the net, Wood. Smith intercepts that pass. And the Canadians have it at center ice. Dupuis fires it in. Brancato behind his net will stop it. Over to Parrott. Now the Canadians intercept. Eagles with it in their own zone. They'll clear it to center. Bice up to Price. That rhymes.
Yeah.
Dupuis across the blue line to French. A quick shot. Save there by Heinzel. Rebound. That puck goes wide. Canadians with the puck. Laval. He'll clear that one to center. And that should, no, not offside. DeGrazia in the slot. He gets crunched. Now here's a chance. Hatanaka. Big save. Brancato. And he'll hold. And we'll have a face-off in the Eagles' end. 9:11 to play in this first period. A couple big saves there by Brancato.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but he made a good save, and the net came off, and referee lost sight of the puck, and got a stoppage of play.
Shots 8-5 Canadians, and we should have immediate timeout here. So while we do,
here we go.
Let's look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Larry, the times on those goals before we get here. The first goal by Rayside at the 4:26 mark. Brady Maltese, his fourth goal of the season with an assist from Benjamin Hatanaka on the power play. And they still haven't put up the Eagles' goal online, so we'll have to get that here a little bit later.
I got 5:02, I think.
Yeah, well, it's probably about right. Out of town, Larry, Blind River leading Kirkland Lake 1-0. Early second period, Cochrane leading French River 1-0. That one also early in the second period. Powassan up on Espanola by 2-0 count. Sioux Thunderbirds 2, Elliott Lake 1. Those are the out-of-town scores in the NLJHL. The Lake Superior State University Lakers are taking on Ferris. Still no score in that one late in the first period. And the Sioux Greyhounds, they are in action tonight at home against the Guelph Storm. And at last check, it is 1-0 Greyhounds early in the first period. We're not quite getting that to refresh here, so we'll try to get some scores from that as we can. Larry will be here tomorrow night as the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners make their only trip here to Pullar Stadium. Well, the face-off at 7 o'clock, pregame show at 6:45.
This timeout for each team, that gives them possibility to 4 timeouts in the game. Although these were at the 10-minute mark, so it gives you each team a chance to regroup also if things are going bad at the 10-minute mark.
Face-off to the right of Brancato. Canadians win the face-off. Clark shot that goes off of Harris. Canadians with the puck. Now in front, a shot and a goal!
Good setup.
Number 15, Mitchell Martin, has given the Rayside Balfour Canadians a 2-1 lead with 9:03 to play in this first period. Like you said, Larry, good setup, and, well, they capitalized again. This Rayside team, I mean, you look at them out there, Larry, and they do a lot of good things. They don't, we've seen Rayside teams in the past, big and strong, a physical team.
Yep.
We've also seen some that have a lot of snipers. This team kind of has a little of both, don't they?
They set up well. Like that was a good setup in front of the net. Even their power play unit works well. Well, they scored on it, too.
Yes, they have. Let's get the call from Bob here in about 30 seconds. Now Clark behind the net. Eagles did respond after Rayside scored earlier in this period.
Goal scored by number 15, Mitchell Martin. Assist number 61, Nick DeGrazia. And number 74, Ben Hatanaka.
So Hatanaka with a pair of assists for the Canadians on the goal by Mitchell. And it's 2-1 Rayside. Eagles with the puck. Here's Orfanos around one. Orfanos got a late man. Orfanos with a shot. That one misses the net.
Deflected.
Goes over to Branninger. His shot. Saved there by Heinzel. Puck along the far boards. Now shot to center. Dresch with it for the Eagles. He'll fire it in. Now puck along the end board. Siren plays it over to Houseman. Houseman can't clear it. Kylie Ram keeps it in for the Eagles. Now along the near boards. Snow will clear it to center. Picked up by Brown across the blue line. He's got no one with him. Canadians going a line change. Now over to the far boards, Martin with it. Martin moves in. His shot, that hits a player in front. Rebound goes to the Canadians. We have 7:40 to play in this first period. Martin at the blue line. His pass over the stick of the Rayside player and cleared down the center. Now here's Kylie Ram. See if he can win the race against Mongeon. He can't, as Mongeon does catch up to the puck. Now puck on the Rayside end. Picked up at the blue line. Martin. Pass it up to Brown at center ice. Now he moves across the blue line. Brown, nice move. Moves in, backhand shot. That goes wide. Along the near boards, Bertrand keeps it in. Puck taken by Boulware. Boulware's will clear the zone. Shots 9-5 Rayside here in this first period. They lead 2-1. 7 minutes to play in the first. Smoody with the puck for the Eagles. He'll clear that to center. Maltese with it for the Canadians. Puck taken away by Price. Over to Boulware. Nice pass to Ali at center ice. Tried to find Price, but Maltese intercepts for the Canadians. Maltese fires it into the Eagles' end. Harris fires it right back out. Chased down by Laval. Laval in front of his own net. The blue line, Chisholm. Now Smith fires it in. Canadians with it. Shot, glove down in front, but the Canadians come up with another big save there. Brancato, point blank range. Brancato is really keeping the Eagles in it right now. It could be a lot worse, Larry.
He is. They're Eagles having a hard time when they try to clear the zone.
Now Laval with it for the Canadian. Shots 10-5 Canadians. Across the blue line, Smith. He's got Dupuis going to the net. Smith finds him. Dupuis runs out of real estate as Dresch pushes him along the end boards. Now Laval at the blue line. Bies breaks that up. Canadians with it. Dupuis over in the far corner. Now a chance in front. Maltese broken up by Dresch. Now Chisholm gets it back for the Canadians. Bies intercepts that. Wood will chase that one down, but Snow wins the race. Cleared to center, Maltese. Now Snow. Over to Dupuis, across the blue line. He winds and fires. Pad save by Brancato. Rebound goes to Dresch. Now Skriller off the bench will clear that to center. 5:25 to play in this first period. 2-1 Rayside here at Pullar Stadium. Rayside has beaten the Eagles 3 times this year, all by 1 goal. Now at center ice, Lamberty with it across the blue line. Jake Lamberty tried to get around Snow, but he lost the puck. Now puck goes over the far boards. Martin, he clears it. Here comes the Canadians, DeGrazia in front. Lost the puck, but another chance, a shot and a save. Brancato goes back to Snow. Eagles standing around, another shot, and Brancato makes the save. Shots 14-5 in favor of Rayside, Larry. They lead 2-1 with 4:55 to play in this first period.
I'll tell you, it almost looks like the Eagles are shorthanded out there.
Yeah, not a good stretch for them. Larry, I want to say hello to Rich Boulware. I should say Rick and Kelly Boulware watching from Fenton, Michigan. Want to give a shout out to Rich Boulware, number 3 for the Eagles, and Steve-O from Auburn, who was here last weekend, and enjoyed meeting him. And, of course, Lenny was here as well. Now a shot in front, a save. That rebound goes off the post, save. I think.
It was off this pad, I think, first.
Now here's Orfanos with it. Across the blue line, Orfanos with a shot. That one's wide. Eagles a little flat right now, Larry. Orfanos gives it to French. Now here's French over. Pass, shot, save there by Heinzel.
Backhander.
Yeah. And here come the Canadians. Cross the blue line. Leishman, his shot, that goes wide. Along the near boards, taken by Mongeon. Now Tolaire, he clears the zone. Canadians with the puck. They fire it back into the Eagles' end. Picked up by French. Over to Parrott. And that puck will go into the bench area of the Eagles, and we'll have a face-off with 4:05 to play in the first period. 2-1, Rayside.
We haven't seen Hensley? A lot this year. Hensel for the first time, and he's holding his own down there.
Yeah, he is. We'll find the Sioux Greyhounds score on Twitter here, Larry. That's probably the best place to find it tonight as 1-0 Greyhounds over Guelph after 1. That game's on Rock 101 locally here with Jerry Liscombe Jr. Puck back in the Eagles' end. Harris with it. Now the Eagles clear it. Smoody across the blue line. He's got Kylie Ram going to that. Smoody with a shot up high. Save by Heinzel. Rebound. Another save. Rebound.
Oh,
and
yes!
a goal! Number 16, Tyler Kylie Ram was right in front after a couple big saves by Nicholas Heinzel. And we have a 2-2 tie here at Pullar Stadium with 3:43 to play in the first. And again, we don't have the air horn. The compressor blew, apparently. Those things happen. So the Eagles tied up for the second time tonight with 3:43 to play here in the first period. And so a big response for the Eagles. We'll get the goal call from Bob St. Peter.
Eagle goal scored by number 16, Tyler Kylie Ram. Assist number 8, Malik Ali. And number 7, Stephen Smoody.
So Ali and Smoody get the assist, and it's 2-2. 3:20 to play here in this first period. Puck along the near boards, taken by Smoody. Now he clears it to Ali at center. Laval picks it up for the Canadians. Across the blue line, and that's going to be offside. Well, the face-off outside the blue line with 3:10 to play here in the first.
Eagles get a time now to change. So the Canadians put some fresh bodies on the ice. Now also the Eagles, as I said before, they always get scored on late in a period, whether it's a first, second, or even a third. So let's see if they can control this period.
Face-off outside the Eagles' blue line. Eagles win the draw. Clark in his own zone over to Dresch. Now Clark on the near side. Price taken away by DeGrazzi. He's got a player going in front, but a nice play by Dresch to break that up. Here's Dresch at center ice. Across to Bice. Bice, rink-wide pass. Gets into Wood. Wood with the shot. Blocker save there by Heinzel. Eagles getting some good scoring chances here late. Now Price flips that one off the boards in the near corner. Shots now 15-10 Canadians. Eagles have put a few up here over the last couple minutes. Puck behind the net. Wood tried to center it. Now broken up. Clark at the blue line. His shot hits the other Clark in front. And Clark will smartly go. They're going to call that a hand pass. It was close, but
it was outside. Remember, it can only do it inside your blue line. So in the opposite blue line. So the face-off should come outside.
Want to say hello to Susan and Rory Dax, who are watching tonight from Lindenhurst, Illinois. So welcome to both the Dax family watching tonight. Face-off outside the blue line. 2:23 to play in the first period. 2-2 tie here at Pullar Stadium. Eagles will have a game tomorrow night against Kirkland Lake. Now Belanger in front. A shot. Brancato makes the save. Brancato's had to make a lot. Now they're going to call, we're going to have a penalty.
I think he's calling holding the puck.
Wow.
Yeah, he held it and he got trapped back there, and then he couldn't drop it.
So that'll be a power play. The Rayside coaches kind of have a bewildered look on their face there. You wouldn't just call that a hand pass?
No, he held it too long.
Okay.
Yeah, what forced him to hold it too long was he got body checked into the glass, and he couldn't move, so he couldn't do anything with his arm up in the air with the puck.
So the Eagles will go on the power play. 2:12 to play in this first period.
See the captain down there right now. He's saying the same thing. He had his hand up there. No, he didn't drop it, though.
That penalty will go on Matthew Belanger. And so the Eagles have Scarella, Branninger, Orfanos, French, and Clark. The power play unit for the Soo Eagles, excuse me.
See that?
As that one shot down the ice.
Eagles got to communicate with each other. They lost that.
Bellinger, 2 minutes, delay of game.
There it is. Look. Ooh, that's scary.
So Leishman with the shorthanded opportunity and a save there, Brancato. And, 17 shots, Larry, for Rayside. I would say at least 9 or 10 have been pretty good scoring chances for this squad tonight.
Yeah. Except for that first one, I think 16 had been good. The one that was, he had to stop it from coming all the way down the other end.
Face-off won by the Canadians.
Look at that
shot and a goal! Oh, my goodness sakes.
Eagles tipped that one in their own net.
That's an own goal. I won't say it on the score sheet because you don't give own goals in hockey. You do in soccer, but you don't in hockey. And it's a 3-2 Rayside lead, a shorthanded goal with $1:50 left here in the first period. That's a tough one to give up there.
It is, and again, it's late in the period.
Good news for the Eagles, they'll still be on the power play, but we haven't seen the power play be very effective over the last couple weeks.
Short-handed goal scored by number 9, Zachary Snow. Assist, number 14, Brady Metellus. And number 27, Jeff Leishman.
Now we're going to have another penalty on Rayside, Larry. It looks like we may have a tripping call. As we were getting those goals, the Eagles are going to go on a 5-on-3.
So they got to score now. Now, let me tell you something. That goal that the Canadians got, that all started down here in their zone. When the Eagles won the face-off and nobody communicated with the other. There's 3 guys there and nobody wanted the puck. The puck goes down that end. There's stoppage of play, and then Canadians score.
So Leishman will get the tripping call. Eagles on a 5-on-3. French with the puck. French down low. Scarella over to Orfanos. Back to Scarella. Now up top French. French fires. That one misses the net. Bounces over the stick of Orfanos. Back to the point Clark. 1:05 left on the 5-on-3. French dumps it down low to Scarella. Scarella looking in front. Keeps the puck. Back to French. Goes off of his stick. French over to Clark. Now Clark back to French. French down low to Scarella. Minute left here in the first period. Scarella in the slot with a shot. And a goal!
They needed that one.
5-on-3, and the Eagles score goal number 3 with 59.3 seconds left in the first period, and they'll still have a power play for 1:25. Eagles, you said it, Larry, they really had to score on that one, especially giving up that shorthanded goal. We're tied at 3. So not what we're used to between these two teams, Larry. Usually it's a 2-1, a 3-2 game. This could be the anomaly, at least this season. We'll get the call from Bob St. Peter. The goal will go to Scarella.
Eagle goal scored by number 21, Dominic Scarella. Assist, number 19, Bryce French. The time of that power play goal, 59 seconds.
So French gets the assist as that one shot down the ice. The time of the goal would be 19:01, actually, not 59 seconds. Here's Clark with it. 30 seconds left in the first, and I thought we had another power play. Brancato just got kind of held up behind the net.
Yeah, he got dumped.
Here's Scarella
across
the blue line. Still time for the Eagles, 20 seconds. French at the point. Back to Scarella. Now dumps it down low to Branninger. Up top to French, fakes the shot, passes to Branninger. His shot, save Heinzel. 10 seconds left in the first period. Eagles will be on the power play to start the second if they don't score here. Branninger with it. Along the near boards, 5 seconds. Scarella now back to Clark. Clark at the buzzer, blocked. And after one period of play, we got a wild one here at Pullar Stadium as the Soo Eagles fell behind by a goal 3 separate times, but each time they have managed it to tie it. As our score after one, the Rayside Balfour Canadians 3, the Soo Eagles 3. We're going to take a break here and come back with the first intermission. We'll recap the scoring and talk more about this game between the Soo Eagles and Rayside Balfour Canadians. You are watching Soo Eagles hockey on Hockey TV and listening on ESPN 1400. Scott Nason back at Pullar Stadium here on this Friday night, our first intermission, as we have a wild one going on here at Pullar Stadium between the Soo Eagles and Rayside Balfour Canadians. It is a 3-3 tie between the Eagles and Canadians. Recapping the scoring in that first period, Rayside would get on the board first at the 4:26 mark, a power play goal. Matthew Belanger, his 12th of the season, with assists from Brady Maltese on the power play. It was 1-0 Rayside. The Eagles would tie it at the 5:02 mark. George Orfanos, his second goal of the season, with an assist from Joel Branninger, and it was 1-1. Mitchell Martin would give the Canadians a 2-1 lead at the 10:57 mark, his 7th of the season, with assists from Nicholas DeGrazia and Benjamin Hatanaka. Then the Eagles would tie it again at the 16:17 mark. Tyler Kylie Ram, his first goal of the season, with assists from Stephen Smoody and Malik Ali. Rayside would go up 3-2 shorthanded at the 18:10 mark. Zachary Snow, his third, with an assist from Maltese and Leishman. And then the Eagles would score a power play goal on a 5-on-3. Dominic Scarella, his 5th goal, with an assist from Bryce French. And that's where we sit right now, 3-3 tie. Shots on goal in that first period, 18-13 in favor of Rayside. So, Larry, a pretty wild first period, especially considering these two teams normally don't play these type of games.
No, this is 6 goals in the first period. That's a whole hockey game for these two teams during the season. But it was wide open, and look what we got. We got a hockey game here for the people that are here, braving a little bit of snow that we have.
Yes.
They're enjoying this right now.
Out of town, Larry, in the NLJHL, Blind River leading Kirkland Lake 2-0. 5 minutes left in the second period. Cochrane also leading 2-0 over French River with 5 minutes left in the second. Poisson leading at Espanola, but by a 2-1 count. And the Sioux Thunderbirds leading Elliott Lake 2-1. That one in the second period. Lakers and Ferris State still scoreless midway through the second period. And at last check, the Sioux Greyhounds leading the Guelph Storm by the score of 1-0. We're going to take a break here on the first intermission report. When Larry and I come back, we'll have the second period of play between the Rayside Balfour Canadians and the Soo Eagles. Again, our score after one, it's a 3-3 tie between Rayside and the Soo Eagles. You're watching Soo Eagles hockey on Hockey TV and listening on ESPN 1400. Scott Nason back at Pullar Stadium as we have a young lady from the Hiawatha Skating Club out performing for the patrons in attendance. Their 79th annual skating show coming up this year. They've been around. She did a great job. A little frustrated there. It took a little tumble at one point, but she got right back up and did a great job as we are about 5 minutes away from the start of the second period between the Soo Eagles and Rayside Balfour Canadians. Once again, a 3-3 tie in this one as we're joined once again by Larry Pozzebon here at Pullar Stadium. And Larry, Eagles fought back in that first period. It didn't go their way a few times, but they managed to battle back. They'll be on a short power play to start the second period. But what do they got to do or keep doing to get a victory and a big 2 points in this one?
I think the first thing they have to do is don't turn the puck over in their own zone. They've been doing a lot of that, and they thank you, Brancato. He's been holding them in, although he's allowed 3 goals, but you can't. I don't like to come back and blame a goaltender or an individual player, but they got to quit turning the puck over. That's the biggest thing right there. And start doing more shooting when they got the puck in the zone of the Canadians, and even on the power play. They got to do more shooting.
Want to say hello, Larry, and someone on Twitter wanted me to say hello to you. Larry Furman, watching from Texas, wanted to say hi to Larry for me, so I just did.
Hi, Larry.
How about that? Larry, say hello to Larry.
Yeah.
Out of town, Larry, NLJHL after 2 periods of play, Blind River leading Kirkland Lake 2-1. Kirkland Lake will be here tomorrow night to take on the Eagles. Cochrane at home leading French River 2-0. That one has about 2 minutes left in the first period. Poisson now leading Espanola 4-1 in the second period. And the Thunderbirds are putting it on Elliott Lake right now, leading by the score of 6-2.
Wow.
That one midway through the second period. They've scored 4 goals in that second period. And so it looks like the Thunderbirds are going to win. And again, the Eagles now are looking not just ahead to the teams like the Thunderbirds, Rayside, Blind River that are ahead of them. They're looking behind at Espanola, who's losing. But Eagles got to start collecting some points. You know, you don't want to let too much get past and get down too far in the standings.
No, you got to start tonight. They have this homestand. They didn't take advantage of it last weekend, so they got to start tonight.
Sioux Greyhounds' struggles continue in the net, Larry. They are losing now 4-1 to Guelph as the goaltender Christian Prop pulled. They're really having some trouble in net. Not saying that's the entire reason, but it hasn't been very good.
Well, I'll tell you something. I was surprised they went after him. He was an overreach that North Bay got rid of both their goaltenders.
Yeah.
And I think the Sudbury picked up one and the Greyhounds picked up the other one.
Hadn't been good, has he?
No.
Want to say hello to Patty Lanning and Hawk watching from beautiful Arizona. Appreciate the kind words, Patty. And again, want to say hello to Rick and Kelly Bulware watching in Fenton, Michigan. Thank you to all those that have said hello on Twitter. Lake Superior State now trailing at home 2-1 to Ferris State. That one has about 6 minutes left in the period. If you want to know more about the world of sports from a local perspective, we talk a lot of NLJHL on the show. We talk a lot of hockey in general. Tune in Monday nights locally here to ESPN 1400, 6 o'clock for our show, The Game. It's a full 2-hour show, the Twin Sault's only local, regional, and national sports show on the radio. And for those that are watching on Hockey TV, You can listen to the podcast for free by going to either thegamesportshow.com or the podcast page, thegamesportshow.podbean.com. We're going to try to get some Eagles coaches on Monday and also recap a busy weekend of local sports. You have high school football playoffs going on. Sioux High will be in action tomorrow afternoon at 1, taking on Ludington. You can hear that game with Dave Watson on 1230 WSO. And tonight, Pickford's taking on Engadine. You can hear that one on Oldies 93.
Who's playing before us tomorrow afternoon? I think the Indians are here.
I'm not sure. I'll have to check into that, Larry. I believe they are doing that a few times, but I'm not sure if they're doing that here tomorrow. We'll check into that tomorrow night. Well, there you go. You just... Oh, Bob just announced it. Well, we don't listen to Bob sometimes, so in this case we did. Back to live action as the Eagles' power play about to expire. They did score on it, the 5-on-3 power play. Now the Eagles at center ice, or Fanos with it, as Rayside now back to full strength. You guys okay over there, or you want to focus on the broadcast here, Larry? Along the end boards, chance for the Eagles, or Fanos with the puck. Now a shot and a save there by Heinzel. Eagles with some pressure. Skrella up to Orfanos. That one goes over his stick, and here come the Canadians with it. Dupuis. He'll fire it back into the Eagles' end. Picked up by Leishman. He's hit by Clark. Now the Eagles with the puck. Being outshot 18-13 at this point. Orfanos winds and fires. That hits the Canadians player in front. Now French with the puck. Centering chance. Broken up by the Canadians. They'll clear it to center. Leishman across the blue line. That'll be offside as DeGrazia was quite a bit ahead of the blue line. And now we're going to have...
What do we got now?
Quick whistle.
Referee's... he's saying he's looking for somebody at the Canadian bench, but... well,
it's probably not the coaches. These guys are... they're definitely the quietest coaches in the league. The Cuomo brothers performing at a nightclub near you. They enjoy our broadcast, so gotta throw some jokes their way. But they are pretty stoic group back there. It takes a lot to upset them, unlike some of the coaches we've seen here. Can think of one across the river that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Now puck goes back into the Canadians' end as Ali will try to beat the icing, but he won't, and we'll have a face-off back in the Eagles' end.
Okay.
Coming up here later on this period, Larry, we're going to play the world-famous Guess the Attendance game. As well, what does our series sit at right now, Larry?
I think I'm up 3-2.
I think you are up.
3-2.
You've won the last two, but you got a bonus point for guessing the actual attendance, and then you got to guess it tonight. Now here's a chance in front, a shot and a save there, Brancato, as Martin wanted to get a little better effort on that one to no avail.
Yeah, Brancato come out of the blue and made big save there again. Another big save by the Thunderbird or Eagle goaltender.
Face off to the right of Brancato. 3-3 tie. Eagles looking to beat the Canadians for the first time this season. Face off won by Rayside. As Brancato just going to sprawl on that and make the save. He'll hold.
Get another face off in here. Maybe they can win it this time.
We'll be here tomorrow night. Kirkland Lake makes their only regular season visit to Pullar Stadium. We'll have the call pregame show 6:45, face-off at 7, both on ESPN 1400 and Hockey TV. Now Smith loses the puck for the Canadians. Here come the Eagles. Clark across the blue line. Clark to Bice. His shot, save there by Heinzel. Now here come the Canadians with it at center ice. Across the blue line, Belanger. Broken up by Dresch. Dresch played one of his better games for the Eagles tonight. Been involved on lots of plays. Now here's Wood trying to get around the Rayside player. He does. That's going to be an off. Now we're going to have a hand pass, and so that'll bring the face-off outside the blue line.
Yeah, I didn't think it was offside. Line changes for both teams. Here we go. Fresh bodies coming out.
17:38 to play in the second period. Face-off outside the blue line. Dax to take the draw. Eagles win the face-off. Skrella fires it back in. Picked up by Bertrand. Now here's a chance. Skrella misses the net. Puck goes along the far boards. Now down the ice. Chased down by Houseman. Houseman Now Lamberty with it for the Eagles. Fires it on the near side boards at center ice. Snow. Taken away by the Canadians. Martin across the blue line. Houseman. Now Houseman's shot. That goes wide. Back to the blue line and down the ice. Chasing it is Dax. He's got a couple players in front if he can get it, but he's beaten by Snow. Now Snow along the end boards. Just kind of keeping the puck there. Dax is just looking to get it out. Well, the referee will whistle that one down. I guess that wasn't happening.
Yeah, face-off will stay inside. That's an Eagle advantage there. Face-off inside the Canadian zone.
Shots on goal, 19-14 in favor of the Canadians here in this early portion of the second period.
The start of the First World War.
Wow.
1914.
Very good.
And Remembrance Day coming up next
It
week.
is, yeah, next week. Yeah, good call, Larry. Veterans Day on this side of the pond.
Yes.
Orfanos now puts it behind the net. Broken up by Mongeon. There's Chase Tolaire, the newest Sioux Eagle, number 17, without the nameplate back there. He's so new they haven't had a chance to get his uniform to the dry cleaners or the stitchers, whoever does that. Now here's Tolaire across the blue line. Tolaire in, his shot. That deflects wide. Over to Boulware. Now Canadians clear the zone. Dupuis. We're along the far boards. Taken away by Chisholm. Chisholm with the puck. Off the boards. Smith finds Maltese in front. Broken up by Boulware. Now Harris for the Eagles. Trying to clear the zone. Puck along the near boards in the Eagles' end. Now Dupuis has it. Dupuis centering chance. Goes off a Boulware skate and right into the glove of Brancato, who will hold.
That was going to be look like another cheap one against the Eagles.
15:58 to play in this second period. Shots 20-14 Rayside. We're tied at 3.
Fresh bodies for both teams out here right now.
Face off to the left of Brancato. Eagles win the face off. Dresch behind the net to Clark. Now Siren keeps it in. Siren with the shot. Hits a player in front. And the Eagles can't clear the zone. Here comes Hatanaka. Hatanaka back to the point. Clark over the far boards. Now Clark at the blue line for Rayside. Moving in. Rayside player. Couple moves, but lost the puck and picked up by the Eagles, who will clear it to center. Kylie Ram, who scored his first goal of the season that first period. Now the Eagles with a chance. Here's Ali with a shot. Oh, and a save there. Rebound. That one goes through the crease. Glorious opportunity for the Eagles. Now Martin gets it up to DeGrazia across the blue line. He's got a player in front. That pass just behind him. And here come the Eagles. Smoody to center ice. Siren picks it up for the Canadians. Now puck squirts into the Canadians' end. We played 5 minutes of this second period. No scoring in this second period. We have a 3-3 tie. Across the blue line, Ali. Now Ali with the shot. Glove down by Heinzel, and he'll hold with 14:54 to play in the second.
On that play right there, the Eagles were doing a line change, and nobody wanted to come off the bench to go on the ice to make an offside. So the Eagles got an opportunity with only 4 players on the ice to have a shot on goal.
Face off to the left of goaltender Nicholas Heinzel, a 2002 birth year player from Glen Robertson, Ontario. You ever been there, Larry?
Never heard of it before.
Well, you just did now. Well, look that up on your GPS. Vachon at center ice. He lost the puck for the Canadians. Now the Eagles will fire that back in. Parrott picked up by Bertrand. Now Bertrand behind his own net. Bertrand still has it. Shots 20-16 in favor of Rayside, so the Eagles are slowly getting back in that department. At one point, I think it was 16-5 Rayside. Now here's Bice across the blue line. That one poke checked away by the Canadians. Here they come. Could be a 2-on-1. Belanger, he's got Mongeon with him. Belanger shot.
Oh, yeah.
And a goal!
He threaded that one upstairs.
He sure did. He faked the pass a little bit, just enough. And that's going to give Rayside their 4th lead of the night. It's 4-3 with 14:10 to play in this second period. So give that goal to Belanger. Did he get one earlier, Larry, or is that his first? Number 12. No, he didn't get
it's
one.
His first.
Yeah, first goal of the night.
Tonight,
so
yeah.
We'll get the call from Bob St. Peter. Out of town, Ferris State still leading Lake State 2-1 with 15 seconds left in the second period. We'll get the call from Bob St. Peter. Rayside leading once again,
Canadian goal scored by number 12, Matt Bellinger. Assist, number 27, Jeff Leishman. Time of the goal, 14-10.
We'll call him Belanger from Leachman, and it's 4-3 Rayside. Here's the Canadians with it, Chisholm, and he's going to be...
no penalty against Harris on holding.
Yeah, that's going to go against the Eagles, so the Canadians will go on the power play. See if the Eagles can maybe put one in shorthanded, Larry.
Yeah. Oh, it's on them.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I guess, I don't know what game I'm watching then.
Yes. I think some of our viewers might be questioning that as well, Larry. Because I saw the same thing, yeah.
I'll go back to I'll walk the camera then.
So the Eagles on the power play. They've scored a power play goal. They've given up a shorthanded goal. And that'll be Chisholm with the penalty for the Canadians.
Oh, they're fixing that net again. Or the goalie pad.
The goalie pad,
okay,
yeah. So while we're waiting for, well, it looks like that's going to be
that's done.
Completed in a quick and efficient manner. So we'll have the face-off to the right of Heinz. We'll get the call from Bob St. Peter. Eagles on the power play.
Canadian penalty to number 6, Avery Chisholm. 2 minutes, holding.
So holding the call. Eagles on the power play are Fanos. Over to Scarella. Back to the point, French. Now French back to Scarella. Edge of the far circle. When deflected by the Rayside player, French gets it back. Rather, Scarella. Now puck loose in the slot. Glove down by the Canadians. They might have another shorthanded chance. Here's Dupuis. Across the blue line. Dupuis ran out of real estate there. Now Maltese. And a goal! My goodness sakes. Another shorthanded goal for the Rayside Balfour Canadians, and they lead by the score of 5-3, Larry.
Now, if I saw this right,
wow,
that puck was going high over the net, but it caught the top part of Brancato's stick, the shaft, and went into the net.
So 2 shorthanded goals for Rayside, and the Eagles still on the power play with 1:31 left, but they trail 5-3 with 13:18 to play in the second period. Boy, things not going the Eagles' way tonight.
No way.
Yeah, we're going to get a goaltending change as now number 31, Ryan Gilmore, will enter the game. So Shane Brancato, at least temporarily, looks like his night may be over. So we'll get the call from Bob St. Peter. Eagles still on the power play as Brancato goes to the dressing room. He's clearly frustrated out there. So now we're having a delay for some reason. I don't know what the delay is. They're having some discussions beneath us. I mean, it was clearly a goal. I don't think there's anybody that's questioning that. But they are having quite a conversation here. Now
I think the Como brothers behind the Canadian bench, they'll say, give us any penalty you want.
Yeah, really.
Goal scored by number 14, Brady Matalas. Assist, number 24, Dupree, and number 3, Christopher Clark.
So the Eagles on the power play, trailing by 2. Here's Wood in the slot. That one poke checked away. Over to Price. Price at the point. Back to Ali. Now Ali gets it again. Over to Price. Price moves in. His shot blocked. Back to Ali. Lost it in his skates. Passes over to Price. Ali gets it back. Lamberty in the slot. Wood. Pass, or rather shot goes wide as Mongeon will clear that one down. 50 seconds left on the power play. Ali with the puck. Across the blue line. Now Lamberty. Had it poke checked away by Laval and down the ice. 35 seconds left. Price with the puck for the Eagles. That one's broken up by the Canadians as Wood fires it in. Behind the net to Laval. And Canadians making it look easy right now, Larry.
Really, yeah.
Across the blue line to Grazia. That one will go along the end boards as Gilmore will have that one going to the netting, so that should keep the face-off in the Eagle zone. 13 seconds left on the power play for the home team. 12 minutes left here in the second period. The Eagles have given up 2 goals in this period. The last one shorthanded. They trail 5-3. Face off to the left of Gilmore. Maltese will take the draw. Tulaire for the Eagles. Eagles win the face-off, but they're going to run out of time on this power play. So special teams not helping the Eagles tonight. They did get a goal on a 5-on-3, but they've given up 2 shorthanded ones and a power play goal. So that's not improving. It's now Rayside at full strength. Eagles with the puck, Orfanos. Down low to Belanger, to Branninger. Now over to the far boards. Smith for the Canadians. Trying to clear the zone. Eagles get it. Orfanos puts it in front. Branninger, bouncing puck. Now he gets a shot on as Heinzel will make the save and he'll hold. And we'll have a face-off in the Rayside end.
5-3. Wow.
5-3. Wow, indeed, Larry. Out-of-town scoreboard. We haven't checked that in a while. Blind River is leading Kirkland Lake 2-1 after 2 periods of play in Blind River. Cochrane, the Crunch, leading French River 2-0 after 2. Powassan up 5-1 at Espanola late in the second. And, boy, the Sioux Thunderbirds are pouring it on Elliott Lake 8-2, Larry. That one's still going in the second period. Thunderbirds 6 goals in that period.
They found their goal scoring today.
I think they did.
Thunderbirds anyways.
Yeah. Here it's 5-3 Canadians as a shot that goes wide. Picked up by Martin for the Canadians. He'll fire it along the far boards. Hayden Clark pinches in for the Eagles. Dax along the end boards. Canadians with it. Hatanaka. He'll clear it down the ice. Dresch chases it for the Eagles. Taken away by the Canadians. Got a wide open player in front. And a goal!
I could see that one coming.
Graham Siren has given the Canadians a 6-3 lead with 10:47 to play in this second period. Larry, this has been a disastrous opening half of the period for the Eagles.
You're right, boy, I'll tell you.
Might be a good maybe time for Coach Doug LeProd to get a timeout. I guess you get the immediate timeout in another minute, but, boy, you got to stop the bleeding right now.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, I honestly, I saw that one coming. The way it was set up.
Yep.
The way it was set up, the puck just had to come out to him, and it was in the net.
So another goal for the Canadians. They lead by the score of 6-3. We'll get a call from the busiest man in the building, Bob St. Peter. Dramatic pause for the goal.
Canadian goal scored by number 43, Graham Siren. Assist, number 15, Mitchell Martin, and number 61, Nick DeGrazzi. The time of that goal, 10:47.
So there you have it, the goal by number 43, Graham Siren. And it's 6-3 Canadians. And I believe, Larry, who do you have? Number 14, that's Maltese with 2 goals.
And 1 assist.
And 1 assist. You have Martin with the goal, Snow with the goal, along with number 12, Belanger, and then the latest one, Siren. They're getting it from all sides, Larry.
Yeah, they could score.
Yes, they can. Now puck behind the net. Eagles with the chance. That one broken up by Leishman. Now French at the point. His shot. That one saved. Rebound. Smooney. Another save. Third save as that puck right under the pads of the goaltender, number 1, at Nicholas Heinzel. And we have a face-off with 10:18 to play here in the second period. Shots 23-19. Rayside. They lead by the score of 6-3. Face off in the Rayside end. Face off to the right of Heinzel. Quiet crowd here at Pullar Stadium, Larry.
Very quiet in this building.
It's not a whole lot to cheer about if you're an Eagles fan. I don't see any Rayside fans here at all.
No, not like Blind River.
No, not at all. Now Lamberty with the puck. Lamberty over in the far corner. Puck taken away by the Canadians. It was 3-3 after 1, but the Canadians have come out of the second period. Now here they go. It's a 3-on-1. Chance for Rayside moving in. Now, nice job there by the Eagles player. 3-on-1. He just kind of dove. That was number 4, Tucker Harris. And we'll have immediate timeout, Larry. 9:48 to play in the second period. 6-3 Rayside. The floor is yours, sir.
Yep, I'm just
wow us with your knowledge of junior hockey.
Well, my knowledge right now is going to say 440.
Oh, we got guess the attendance. So you at home can play the famous Guess the Attendance game. Larry has put a guess of 440 fans up And now those on Hockey TV can probably do a little better than those listening on ESPN 1400. It's my turn to say higher or lower. Who knows? Maybe they have a better shot. And so you can play at home. I will say that this side of the rink is about the same as that side. Boy, Larry, that's a good guess right there.
Thank you.
That's a good guess. I'm going to have to stew on that one for a while. And so I'll have an answer here coming up while I have a moment. Let's see if we can get a couple score updates from the other games going on. Lake State is taking on Ferris State over on Yes FM. That one's still 2-1 Ferris after 2 periods of play at the Taffy Able Arena. The Sioux Greyhounds in action at the GFL Memorial Gardens, to be exact, as they are taking on the Guelph Storm, the defending champs, the Guelph Storm. And while they stormed to a bunch of goals in that period, and now it's 4-2. The Hounds have gotten one back, but they trail Guelph 4-2 after 2.
They're supposed to rebuild this year, Storm, because they didn't start off very well.
Yeah,
but,
they're a little down. It's when a team makes a Memorial Cup run and it's not London or Kitchener or a couple others, usually it takes a while to restock the cupboard, as they say.
Yeah.
Well, the Eagles are going to need to put some goals on the scoreboard if they're going to get back in this game. They trail by the score of 6-3. A lot of time left. 9:48 here in the second period. Now here's a shot. That goes wide of Gilmore.
It's good it was wide because he didn't even see it.
Now Chisholm chasing that puck in his own end. Off the boards to Dupuis. Now here's Maltese across the blue line. Maltese with the puck. He gets hit by Dresch. Puck in the Eagles' end. Canadians come up with it. That pass just out of the reach of Chisholm at center ice. Puck goes off the stick of Chisholm. Now here's Brandinger. Across the Tiller. Pass to Orfanos. He winds and fires. Save by Heinzel. And we're going to have a penalty as both referees put their arms up. And I didn't see it was down low, and I think that one's going to go against Rayside. So you said it, Larry. If you're Coach Cuomo, you're like, all right.
Yeah, give me another one.
That's right.
Just don't give me 2 at the same time.
No,
5-on-3 hurt me.
Yep, so the Canadians with 2 shorthanded goals. But the Eagles want to put one in here as they trail by 3.
Eagles keep the puck in. They win the face-off.
Brady
Ellie has it.
2 minutes. Kneeing.
So kneeing the call on the Rayside player as the Eagles on the power play. Now winding and firing his Price. As I think he broke his stick on that one. FixYourStick.com for those that are scoring at home. Hatanaka with the puck for the Canadians as Rayside with it. And they'll skate it to center and fire it in. Now the Eagles with it. Ali on the end boards. Picked up by Lamberty. Minute 25 left on the Eagles' power play.
Good forechecking by the Canadians here.
Here's Lamberty across the blue line. Lamberty with the puck. Moving in. Back to Ali. He fires. That one's wide. Over to Price. Price back to Ali. Ali to Lamberty. Lamberty's shot hits the side of the net. Wood over in the far corner. Minute gone by on the power play as the Canadians clear it to center. Lamberty with the puck. Up to Price. Eagles having trouble on this power play as they had the puck in their own end. Price with it.
40 seconds left.
Price up to Lamberty. Lamberty across the blue line over to Wood. Now Wood moves in. A shot. And goal! Wood gives the Eagles a power play. And hey, we got the horn back. We got some air pressure. They trail by the score of 6-4 with 7:36 to play in this second period. Maybe that's what's needed, Larry, that air horn. That's going to get everybody going again. Good job by the individual that got all that air ready. Is that Rob Horn? Is that a Rob Horn project?
Well, Rob Horn fixed the horn.
Well said, Larry.
He should. Probably a relative of his.
I tell you, this whole operation would fall apart without Rob Horn.
That's true. Seriously, it's true, yeah.
So Wood, a power play goal. Special teams all over the map for the Eagles.
Eagle goal scored by number 12, Caleb Wood. Assist number 24, Jake Lamberty, and number 7, Steven Moody.
So a save there by Gilmore off the face-off as the Eagles now trail by 2.
He just got that up in his armpit. It was almost a 7-4 game here.
Well, if you like low-scoring defensive hockey, you probably don't want to come to this game.
Not tonight, anyways.
Not tonight.
Tonight it's wide open.
We've
folks.
seen a lot of them this year, and again, the Eagles have had trouble scoring goals, and it's kind of feast or famine when this happens, you know. So 6-4 game. As the puck now in the Canadiens' end. It's been a very physical game, Larry, and really nothing of extracurricular activities. Now here comes Brown for the Canadiens. Over along the far boards, Vachon. 6:50 to play in the second. At the point, Snow, his shot. It's French in front for the Eagles. The Eagles will clear it to center ice. Snow with the puck. Snow up to Vachon, intercepted by French. French across the blue line. He fires. Ooh, that one saved there, but deflected just wide, and I think that's going to be a player maybe off the bench. I'm not sure what they're calling here.
That's all right, though. There weren't too many players on the ice. The way I saw it, I was looking there, and a player come off.
That'll stop play either way. Well, we'll face off inside the Rayside zone.
And now they're trying to decide. Rayside shouldn't be penalized for it, but if it's a mistake, it goes to center ice. So I'm not sure what. They never do any explanation to the people in the stands of why the whistle was blown.
So face off outside the blue line.
See, I think he's saying he thought it was too many men, so that should have come right to the center face-off zone.
Want to say hello to our good friend Paul Van Wagner from ESPN Blacksburg chiming in. I'll show you the tweet when we go to break.
Hi, Junior.
Yes, indeed. Gone, but certainly not forgotten. Every time I look at that red light that's turned on the south end of the rink. Now here's the ball with the shot. Save Gilmore. Shots 26-22 in favor of Rayside. We have 6 minutes left here in the second period. Puck along the end boards. Eagles with the puck in their own zone along the side of the net. Rayside with some pressure. Now Scarella has it. Can't clear it. Kept in by Laval. Glove down by Gilmore on the save, and he'll hold. And we'll have a face-off with 5:46 to play in this second period.
I guess Brancato came back to the end of the bench now. He just went down probably to cool himself off.
Yeah.
And get back into
better nights ahead for him.
Yeah.
Again, this game would be quite a bit out of hand if it wasn't for his saves in the first period. I can tell you that much.
He just have some funny goals going on him.
Again, goaltenders are going to have those kind of nights. Now Chisholm shot, saved there by Gilmore. Puck goes over to Harris. Now the Canadiens with it, Hatanaka. He puts that through the slot. Over to Mongeon. Now the Eagles come up with it. Boulware in his own zone. Plays that one off the boards and down the ice. Chased down by Bice. He's got Bryce in front. Couple players, but Bice couldn't get that puck. He gets it now. Put a couple Canadians over there. Now Boulware keeps it in. His shot. That goes wide. Over along the far boards. Now taken by Mongeon for the Canadiens. Mongeon. Pass over to his defenseman. Now it's center ice. Taken away by Wood. And Wood will fire it in. Heinzel stops that behind the net. Now the Canadiens with it. On the blue line and down the ice, and that should be icing, and it will. Well, the face-off back in the Canadiens' end with 4:44 to play here in the second period, as we have our first real anything of rough stuff, if you will.
A little scrub going on, nothing really materialized. They had a referee and the linesman in there right away. Just they were Johnny on the spot.
That'll bring the face-off back into the Rayside zone. These teams will play on November 14th, a Thursday night game in Chelmsford. The next time the Eagles will play Rayside here at home will be January 10th, 2020, Larry. You ready for 2020? I'm not talking about the news program. I'm talking about the year.
Sure, why not?
Now here's Brown across the blue line, or Martin rather. He'll fire it in. I am ready.
Yeah.
You're getting married to this beautiful lady to my right. Here's Chisholm with it. Should get me some brownie points there, Larry.
Oh, on the air. Oh.
That's right.
Oh, here we go.
Smoody with the puck across the blue line. Smoody moves in. That poke checked away by the Canadiens player. As that one's going to go right into Heinzel. Now we have a little more of the rough stuff. Ali having some words with, I believe that's Chisholm.
Well, there's no need by Chisholm to do that because the play was stopped. Ali wasn't doing anything, so Chisholm pushed him. That's what kind of started. There was no reason to even start that. Play was dead. He made the save.
4:11 to play in this second period. 2-1 after 2 between Ferris State and Lake State. That one just about to start the third. Lakers on a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, but they played some top-notch
very good
NCAA
teams.
teams.
Absolutely.
With the Denver?
Denver, Michigan, and Notre Dame. Yeah. That's a murderer's row of schedule, I think.
That's a trifecta loss.
Yes,
right
it is. Siren with the puck in his own zone for the Canadiens. Now Branninger will fire it back in. Puck over to Siren. Siren with the puck for the Canadiens. He'll clear the zone. Clark at his own blue line. Up to Orfanos. Now here's Branninger across the blue line for the Eagles. Branninger moving in, centering chance. Tallaire gets dumped a shot. Oh, what a save there! Orfanos thought he had a goal, and sprawling was Nicholas Heinzel making the save. He
big
literally
save.
Just jumped in front of that one and made a big save.
Threw his body in there. Good save for him.
Yeah, it was. That was his best save of the night, as Orfanos really, he thought he was going to get it. I think everybody did.
It looked good.
Yeah, it was a good shot, but a better save. 3:24 to play in the second period. Shots 27-24 in favor of Rayside. Dax to take the draw for the Eagles. Canadiens win the faceoff. Over in the far boards, Dax. Scarella. Now the Canadiens come up with it. Lamberty.
No. I'm sorry. I thought it was onside.
It's all right, Larry.
I thought he was bad call that he didn't make.
Here's Lamberty across the blue line for the Eagles. Lamberty's got Dax in front. He goes in net himself. Oh, he tried to put it on the short side, but the net comes off the moorings, and so I don't think it would have counted even if he did.
Yeah, that was a good play by Lamberty. Yeah, good play. Those things kind of work, eh? That time it didn't. We missed two good goal opportunities there.
Yeah, we did.
Game's tied.
2:54 to play in this second period. Rayside with a 6-4 lead. The Eagles have never led in this one. They managed to battle back and tie 3 times in the first period. Then they gave up 3 goals in the first 10 minutes of this period before getting one back on the power play. Now Wood with the puck for the Eagles. Deflects, goes over to the far boards. Smith has it. Smith for the Canadiens, up to Dupuis. And that one will be gloved down by Gilmore, and he'll hold. And Gilmore came in for the Eagles after the 5th Rayside goal. He's given up one, or was it the 6th?
The 6th. No, 5th.
5th, yeah, after the shorthanded goal, and he's given up one so far tonight. 2:41 to play here in this period. Blind River still leading Kirkland Lake 2-1 midway through the third period. Lakers have tied Ferris, Larry, at 2 in the third period. Now Wood across the blue line for the Eagles. Poke checked away. Parrott has it at center ice with 2:30 to play. Now Bice will play that one off the high glass. Over to Chisholm. Kept in by French. Now gloved down by Maltese. Eagles with the chance. Here's Price. He's got a couple players going to the net. Price in. Shot, save, rebound. Over to Bice. That one goes behind the net. Laval. Wood takes it. Now Dupuis. Dupuis up to Laval. Laval across the blue line for the Canadiens. Laval tried to put it in front, broken up by Price, who fired that one off the boards and down the ice. Here's a chance for Bice. Almost beat Dupuis, but he gets to the puck. Canadiens at center ice. Dupuis across the blue line. Dupuis drops it for Hatanaka. Hatanaka in. Oh, he just missed the short side. That took a funny bounce off the partition over by the bench. Stays in the Eagles' end. Ali with the puck. Trying to flip pass there for Smoody. Now Hatanaka backhands the puck in. Gilmore stick that aside. Puck along the near boards. Ali Can't clear it. Kept in by Martin. Now cleared down into the Canadian zone. $1:15 to play in the second period. Martin with it. Martin across the blue line. He'll fire it into the Eagle zone. Martin and Parrott along the end boards. Kylie Ram for the Eagles in front of the Canadians bench. Kept in by Rayside. Now they move to the net. Chance in front. That one's broken up by Parrott. Canadians still with it. Now another chance. That one goes to the near boards. Rayside with some chances here late as we have 45 seconds left. Hatanaka along the near boards. Eagles have a tendency to give up these late goals in the period. Siren with it. That shot blocked. Now here comes Kylie Ram trying to get it to Ali. Ali across the blue line. As Kylie Ram goes to the bench. Now Smoody puts a shot. That one goes through the crease. 25 seconds. French shot. Saved there by Heinzel. And that'll go to Hatanaka. Hatanaka across the blue line. He'll flip it in for a line change. Late line change there. 15 seconds left here in the second. Brandinger across the blue line. Brandinger's shot. That one goes wide. Back to center ice French. As Canadians will have it in their own zone. And we were tied at 3 after one period of play, but the Canadians score 3 in the second. The Eagles get one back. And after 2 periods of play here at Pullar Stadium, our score, Rayside Balfour 6, the Soo Eagles 4. We're going to take a break here on Hockey TV and ESPN 1400. When we come back, we'll recap the scoring. It's been a busy score sheet here at Pullar Stadium and talk more about this game between the Canadians and the Soo Eagles. Oh, I got to say, guess the attendance. Yeah. I'm going to say higher in our guess the attendance. Thank you for reminding me, Larry. Again, our score after 2, Rayside 6, the Soo Eagles 4. You're watching Soo Eagles hockey on Hockey TV and listening on ESPN 1400. Scott Nason back at Pullar Stadium here in our second intermission. Our score, the Rayside Balfour Canadians lead the Soo Eagles by the score of 6-4. It was a 3-3 tie after one period of play, and Rayside would score 3 straight in that second period. Let's recap the scoring from that second period, as it was Matthew Belanger scoring his 13th goal of the season, his second of the night at the 5:50 mark of the second period to give Rayside their 4th one-goal lead with an assist from Jet Leishman. Rayside would score a shorthanded goal at the 6:42 mark. Brady Maltese his 4th with assists from Mateo Docas Dupuis and Christopher Clark. 6-3 Rayside would take the lead, or extend their lead I should say, at the 9:13 mark. Graham Siren his 1st goal of the season with an assist from Mitchell Martin and Nicholas DeGrazia. The Eagles would get one back on the power play at the 12:24 mark. Caleb Wood his 8th goal of the season with assists from Jake Lamberty and Stephen Smoody. And that's where we sit right now after 2 periods of play here at Pullar Stadium. The Rayside Balfour Canadians 6, the Soo Eagles 4. Goaltender Shane Brancato was pulled in that second period after giving up that 5th goal for the Soo Eagles as he was replaced by Ryan Gilmore. Shots on goal in that second period, 13 for the Eagles, a 2-period total of 26. 10 for Rayside, a 2-period total of 28. Other scores in the NOJHL tonight with 4 minutes left in the third period. Blind River still holding on to that 2-1 lead over Kirkland Lake. Both these teams looking at that result. Blind River 1 point ahead of Rayside Balfour in the standings in the West Division. Cochrane looks like they're going to defeat French River tonight. They have 2:40 left in that game in Cochrane. The Crunch leading the French River Rapids by a 3-0 count. Powassan is 18-1. It looks like they're going to improve to 19-1 as they are leading Espanola by the score of 6-1. And the only other score we have, Elliott Lake at home, they're getting thumped by the Sioux Thunderbirds by the score of 8-3 with 11 minutes left in the third period. So if all these results hold in the West Division, Blind River would continue to lead. They'd still have a 1-point lead over Rayside Balfour. The Sioux Thunderbirds would still be 6 points back of Rayside, and if the Eagles can't pull out this game, then they would fall 7 points behind the Sioux Thunderbirds. The Eagles do have 3 games in hand on the T-Birds, and they would remain at 3 points up on Espanola, who's losing big tonight. Lake Superior State and Ferris State going on at the Taffy Abel Arena in a game you can hear on Yes FM. Tied at 2. Ashton Calder, the Sioux, Michigan native, with the tying goal in the third period. The Sioux Greyhounds playing at home as they are taking on the Guelph Storm in a game you can hear on Rock 101. Greyhounds just scored a goal, but they trail 5-3 against Guelph. That one in the third period. Don't forget, if you want to hear the podcast of this game, you can find it on the website, thegamesportshow.com or thegamesportshow.podbean.com. And make sure you tune in every Monday night, ESPN 1400, 6 o'clock, as we have our local, regional, and national sports show, The Game. Yours truly, along with Dave McKeag, Butch Davis, and E.J. Russell, talk everything sports, including a lot of NOJHL talk. You can find that show also at thegamesportshow.com. Don't forget, tomorrow on our sister station, 1230 WSOO, have Coach's Corner with Matt Pocket. And then at Sioux High Blue Devil football, that won't be at 11:05 a.m. Then Sioux High Blue Devil football, oh my goodness sakes. I demand a recount, Larry. Sioux High Blue Devil football, playoff football at the Van Sitters Field, as the Blue Devils will take on Ludington. Dave Watson will have the call around 12:45. We're going to take a break for ABC News and some media commercials. And we come back, we'll have the third period here at Pullar Stadium. Again, our score, Rayside Balfour Canadians 6, the Soo Eagles 4. You're watching Soo Eagles hockey on Hockey TV, and you're listening on ESPN 1400. Scott Nason, Larry Pozzebon back at Pullar Stadium as we're about 4 minutes away from the start of the third period. Our score, the Soo Eagles trail the Rayside Balfour Canadians by the score of 6-4. Larry, your thoughts on the second period and game as a whole?
Well, second period, I think the Eagles came out 10 minutes. They weren't playing hockey because that's when Rayside got their 3 goals within 9:13 of the second period. They had 3 goals. Rayside are still dominating this, but the Eagles, remember I said earlier in the game and even before, the Eagles have to score more. They have to score more, and they're not scoring. They scored 3 in the first period. It was 6 goals in the first period, both teams total. But the Eagles are not finishing off. They had some good chances. Goaltenders are stopping them, but they have to score. They have to finish off, and they're not. And that's what happens here. And then they got a couple of bad goals against them. You know, what are you going to do with those? They'll happen. But 2-1 game, you know. But they got a third period here. They're only down 2. They could have been even in the end of the second. They had 2 opportunities to score, and they had good goaltending, big saves. So now they got to get past that and get going here.
Want to thank Pat Praisner for coming up during the intermission and visiting Larry. And I also want to thank Jim and Vicky Portlock, who came up all the way from Texas, Larry, coming up, flying, getting a pretty good deal on some Southwest airline fares coming up. That's a great deal.
I'll do that.
Yeah, really. Yeah, Houston, of course, mourning the loss of the Houston Astros in the World Series and 7-game series won by the Nationals, which is kind of almost like a half Canadian team.
You're right.
Winning, because the lineage, not the Washington Nationals back in the 20s, but the lineage goes to the Expos.
Montreal Expos, yeah. That's Washington took their franchise after they folded.
They did. I'd love to see Montreal get a team again. I really think that they need 2 teams in Canada for the Major League Baseball.
Or else put one out in BC. Well, I think they thought they were going to have one out in BC. No, they had the basketball team out there.
Right, Vancouver.
And then they went to
Memphis. Yeah.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah. A lot of grizzly bears in Memphis. I don't know if you've been there, Larry, but you go to the Memphis Zoo.
I was there in Memphis. I was there.
Yeah. Larry, speaking of grizzly bears, actually not speaking of grizzly bears, speaking of attendance, boy, you were on fire as far as your guess, the attendance. I liked your guess of 440. I almost forgot about it. I wish I would have. I said higher. What was our attendance tonight, Larry?
438.
Wow. So you don't get a bonus point, thankfully, but you now have 4.
Larry wins again.
Yes, he does, to my 2. So we'll do it again tomorrow, and I'll try to follow suit and guess. You've just been spot on, Larry. I'm thinking you must have somebody on the inside. I'm gonna have to talk to Renee down there. So something's going on. So there's some collusion going on there. That's a popular term these days.
Yeah, collusion,
I need to find my own whistleblower here at Pullar Stadium.
There's 4 of them on the ice.
Yes.
But I wouldn't trust them.
Well, probably more than the guy you got blowing whistles on this side of the border. Deep state. Anyway, back to hockey as our Fanos has the puck. I know somebody's back home probably listening gets the humor in that. Eagles trail by 2 with the puck. Orfanos, that shot goes wide. Back to the point, French. Now French puts a shot on. Heinzel with the save. Hasn't been the greatest night for either of the goaltenders. Well, Heinzel did make a big save on Orfanos there in the third period.
Yes,
Second period, excuse me.
Second period, yeah.
Now puck at center ice, picked up by the Eagles as they fire it back in. Heinzel stops it behind his own net. Now flipping it back to center. Ooh. That one goes all the way down the ice.
That's going to be no icing.
No icing. Martin with the puck. Now Martin puts it in front. That one broken up by Ali. Now back to the point. Bertrand's shot. Blocker save Gilmore. Rebound goes to Smoody. Now here's Ali. Across the blue line. He fires it in. Bertrand with it. Now DeGrazzi. I'm still trying to do a junior high reference for him, but I haven't quite figured that one out yet.
You still did. We didn't get a chance to read his between periods. You were going to show me what Junior had to say.
Oh, yes, I was. We'll have to do that on a break. Here's Martin with it. Now Martin gets hit by Clark. That's the puck at center ice right below our broadcast position. Smoody across the blue line. He lost the puck. Now Clark picks it up. His shot. That goes wide. Over to Dresch. Dresch behind the net. Price. Back to Dresch. Now Price on the near boards. Clark keeps it in. They'll fire it in. Wood behind the net. Now he puts it in front. Broken up by the Canadians, and that one will go back to center ice. Dresch with it. Up to Wood. Wood across the blue line. Price lost the puck. Wood tried to get it back. Now at center ice, chasing it is Clark. Clark off the boards to Dresch. Now here's Bice across the blue line. Bice with it. Bice with the shot. Heinzel with the save, and he'll hold. And we'll have a face-off with 17:33 to play in this third period.
Getting line changes by both teams now.
Junior's wondering about your Twitter handle. Among other things. And
Junior, you haven't changed.
No, he hasn't. No, he has the maturity of, you do the math at home for those that know him. I'm taking the under on that one. Here's Snow at center.
Yeah, right,
ice.
yes.
Puck back in the Eagles' end. Cleared to center. Skrella with it. Off the boards. Snow fires that back to center.
After all those years, I carried him.
You certainly did. Now Leishman over to Belanger. He has a pair of goals tonight for the Canadians. Probably in line for first star if this score holds. Now a chance in front.
Nice
Gilmore
one.
sprawls out and makes the save. And now we have Lamberty and Vachon having some conversation. 16:59 to play in this third period. Rayside continues to lead by the score of 6-4.
Junior, I didn't tell you everything I know.
Should we let him in on the...
No,
I agree. I agree.
No.
Yeah, let's let him struggle with that.
Yeah, about 10 more years.
The thing is, if he does a hockey broadcast in Blacksburg, Virginia, I don't think they're even going to know that.
No, but that's fine. We do.
Yes, we do. We enjoy every time he does it, don't we? Just like turning on the red light. We enjoy that.
And he doesn't know what we're talking about. Don't ever tell him.
We call that Gold Judge Box Little Amsterdam for all the times Paul turned on the red light. Puck over on the far boards.
It went in the corner, he turned the red light
You're
on.
right. Canadians with the puck in their own zone.
Turned on the red light.
Now here's a chance for Ranger in front. A shot.
There it is.
And a goal!
And he turned on the red light.
Yes, he did. 6-5, the Eagles trail by one. That's just sloppy play in the Rayside end, and Bradinger takes advantage of it, Larry, and scores a goal. He's the fifth different goal scorer for the Eagles tonight. All of a sudden, we got a one-goal hockey game.
He did all that by himself.
Well, he sure did. Lake Superior State leading now 4-2, Larry, over Ferris State late in the third period. Lakers looking to break a 6-game losing streak. Eagles looking to break a 3-game losing streak here.
That's a conference game, isn't it?
Yes, their first game. So Greyhounds, Larry, looks like they're going to lose. They trail 6-4 with 38 seconds left. Speaking of losing streaks.
Yeah.
Scored by number 15, Joel Brandinger. Unassisted.
Unassisted goal by Brandinger, and it's 6-5 now. Puck center ice. That's Dresch chases it in. Dresch behind his own net. Smoody. Pass out of the reach of the Eagles player. Now down the ice, and no icing. Mongeon with it. Past to Maltese. Nice job by Smoody. A little more zip with the Eagles right now.
Good back checking by Smoody there.
Here's Dresch with it across the blue line. His shot. Heinzel makes the save, and he'll hold. And while the face-off in the Rayside end, Larry, shots now 30 apiece with 15:41 to play in this third period. Larry, back to camera duty.
Well, the light over, or the camera over the goal judges have gone out.
I tell you, Rob Horn, he's the busiest man in show business.
I'm the second.
Yeah, and you're the second, yeah.
When he leaves, I'm it.
You don't want me to be on that camera. I have enough trouble just talking tonight. Face-off won by the Canadians. Clark over along the far boards to Martin. Eagles trail by one. They've trailed by one now 5 times in this game. See if they can take the lead. Now a shot. Gilmore makes the save as that was DeGrazia right at the edge of the doorstep.
That was another turnover.
Larry, how about this? Ferris State has come back to tie it at 4.
No.
Yes, I don't lie, Larry. 4-4, a goal at 16:03 and a goal at 18:38. And so that one looks like it could go to overtime. So.
Or
Maybe.
Or win and a loss.
Or win or loss. Face-off won by the Eagles. Eagles trail by 1. 15:20 to play in the third period. Boulware across the blue line for the Eagles. Boulware tried to put it in front. Siren rides him out of the play. Now had a knock over in the far corner. Had a knock of battling with Boulware. You have Lamberty over there. Picked up by Dax. Now the Canadians with it. Martin across the blue line. He's stood up by Scarella. And we're going to have a whistle behind the play as Boulware
I think both of them are going.
and Siren having some conversations. It looks like it's going to be Boulware. Yep, they're sending them both, Larry. You called it. Had a knock in Boulware.
The Eagles come out on the short end of this. The face-off's down in their zone.
Larry, I was thinking watching you talk and move the camera of that song, Video Killed the Radio Star. I think that might be apropos right now. Maybe those on hockey TV can tell us. How's Larry doing? Those on the radio saying he's doing great. Those watching saying, I don't know about this guy. We'll get the calls from Bob St. Peter. Those penalties will wash out. There's a big hit by Clark.
Canadian
now here are the
penalty,
Canadians with it. Chance in front.
Ben Hanananaka. 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct to the Soo Eagles to number 3, Richard Boulware. 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct.
So unsportsmanlike conduct on both those players. We continue to play 5 aside. 14:20 to play in the third period. Eagles trail by 1. Puck in the near corner. We're going to have a penalty now, and I think this is going to go against Rayside, Larry. So
you might be right on this one, yes.
So the Eagles are going to be shorthanded now, or excuse me, on the power play.
Well, the Como coaches, they don't mind.
Yeah.
Remember what happened the last 2 times.
Looks like we got our cameraman back.
Oh,
Good job, Larry.
double duty here. I should get a raise.
I think so. We're working on that. Blind River wins tonight. They beat Kirkland Lake 3-1. Cochrane wins. They beat French River 5-0. Eagles on the power play. Scarella with it. Back to French. On the near board, Scarella. Now here's Bradinger with it. Bradinger in. His shot gets stopped in front. Canadians will clear the zone. Clark with the puck in his own zone. Minute 35 left on the power play. Now French picks it up. Across the blue line, that's Clark. Clark over to Brandinger. Eagles now fired into the zone. French at the point. French moves in, winds, fires, hits a player in front. Brandinger shot, and a goal! Number 15, Joel Branninger, has tied this game at 6 with 13:32 to play in the third period. Boy, special teams, Larry, been all over the place tonight.
You bet, yeah.
The Eagles with, I think, what's that, their third power play goal?
Yes.
And they've given up 2 shorthanded, so special teams active tonight. We're tied at 6 shots, 31 apiece. My goodness sakes.
This is one of those last goal wins.
I think so, Larry.
Well, I hope it's the Eagles.
6. Unbelievable.
15, Joel Brandinger. Assist, number 21, Dominic Scarella, and number 19, Bryce French.
So French and Scarella get the assist on the second straight goal by Brandinger, and it's 6-6. Can't think of the last time I've said that for an Eagles game, Larry. We don't have a lot of 6-6 games. Now here's Brown in front, broken up by Parrott. Greyhounds lose tonight, Larry, 6-4 to Guelph. Now Mongeon puts it in front. Eagles break it up, and here they come again. Kylie Ram at center ice. That pass just past his stick. Now Kylie Ram. Eagles got a lot more life right now. Larry, now Smoothie's shot. That one hits a player in front. Puck goes over to Mongeon. Boy, what a comeback win this would be for the Eagles tonight. Now puck at center ice taken by Price. Price with it. Across the blue line. Now Price, nice move. Price with a shot up high. Heinzel with the save. If you're the Eagles, you just want to shoot the puck right now. Now a shot that goes wide by Price. Wood puts it in front. Saved by Heinzel. Puck along the near boards. Belanger in his own zone. Rayside on their heels a bit as the Eagles now lead, I think, for the first time tonight in shots, 32-31. As well as an icing call with 12:10 to play in this third period, Larry. What a game we got going here.
Yeah, I concur with you on that. First time Eagles ahead in shots.
Thunderbirds have won, Larry, beating Elliott Lake 11-3. And Powassan wins. They beat Espanola 7-1. So high-scoring games all over the place tonight.
Junior hockey, you should not lose a game if you score 6 goals.
Yep.
Now look what's up there.
That's right. So one of these teams will tonight, Larry. Now Orfanos over in the far corner for the Eagles. 12 minutes to play in this third period. That shot, oh boy. Heinzel makes the save. Not looking too confident in net right now. That one shot back to center. Dresch with it. Over to Branninger. Now shot back in. Chased by Tolaire. Tolaire along the near boards. Orfanos over there for the Eagles. Picked up by Belanger. Now the Canadians with the puck in their own end. They'll skate it across the blue line. Was off of Vachon. Behind the Eagles net. Hayden Clark for the Eagles. Clears the zone. Now Branninger just off the stick of Tolaire and down the ice. Canadians pick it up. And they'll shoot it down the ice. We'll have an icing call with 11:15 to play here in the third period.
Eagles are going for a line change, and Canadian just staying pat with what they have.
Larry and I will be here tomorrow night, 6:45 pregame show on ESPN 1400 and on Hockey TV for the Eagles and Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, the first meeting of the year between those two squads. Eagles will play the other game between those two teams at Kirkland Lake at the end of the month. They have one more long road trip coming up during that late November time frame. That one shot down the ice. No icing as Boulware catches up to the puck. Now Boulware at center ice, chipped in by Lamberty. Bouncing puck behind the net, taken by Laval. Now Lamberty on Laval. A little size difference there, but no worries for Lamberty. He's not going to back down from anybody. Now Lamberty takes the puck. He moves in. His shot, and a save there by Heinzel, and he'll hold with 10:40 to play here in this third period.
Easy save for Heinzel there. He was out of the blue. He cut the angle down. Nobody screening him.
Face off to the right of Heinzel. Big guy in net, stands 6'2". He looks a little taller than that to me.
You put 2 inches on your skates.
That's true.
Add the shoulder pads.
Yeah, true. Puck back into the neutral zone off the face-off. Now here come the Canadians, a 2-on-1. Smith in, Smith shot. Oh, he hits the post. He had Gilmore beat, but he couldn't beat the post. Now here's Laval. He fans on the shot. Here's Kylie Ram on a breakaway move again. Kylie Ram with a shot. Oh, he missed the net. As the goaltender might have got a little piece of that one.
I thought he was going 5-hole, and he didn't.
Now here come the Canadians. Back and forth we go. Laval across the blue line. Poke checked away by Parrott. Now it's center ice, Dupuis. Dupuis pass it over to Siren in his own zone. Halfway through this third period, we're tied at 6. Eagles have really not been in a game like this all year. They've been in close games all year, but not 6-6 close games. DeGrazia for the Canadians across the Eagles' blue line. DeGrazia and a shot. Gilmore with the save. Rebound. Puck along the near boards. Bertrand at the point. He fires. That one goes wide. Over to Hatanaka. Over in the far corner. French on him. Canadians still with the puck. Nice pass over to Bertrand. Shot. Gilmore plays that one well and makes the save. We'll have immediate timeout, Larry. 9:25 to play in this third period. Fans are getting their money's worth as far as goals at 6-6.
Yeah, they're starting to come alive in here, too. It was kind of, that second period was kind of dead quiet.
The Lakers and Ferris State in overtime now, tied at 4.
How do they work at that now? That's overtime. Okay, they both get a point out of being after 3 periods is tied.
Yeah,
overtime and then
they do the shootout. I think they do 5 in a shootout. I think they do the same here, a 3-on-3. Or maybe they don't do the 3-on-3.
But weren't they doing one time if you scored an overtime or a shootout, you got 2 points? Or
they
were doing some really crazy mathematics there.
I like the tie personally, but that's just me. So immediate timeout, Larry. Again, final scores in the NLJHL. All the games final but this one. Blind River 3-1 over Kirkland Lake, so the Beavers will remain in first place no matter what the score of this game is. Cochrane 5, French River nothing, as the Crunch win that one. Powassan now 19-1 on the season. I think they've won 14 in a row. They defeat Espanola 7-1, and the Sioux Thunderbirds over 500 now, as they defeat Elliott Lake by the score of 11-3 in that one. 2 goals apiece from Colton Hayes and Jacob Kovacs. Nick Smith with the goal and 3 assists. So here we go, back to action here off the media timeout. 9:20 to play in the third period. We're tied at 6 here at Pullar Stadium in front of almost 450 fans. 438 to be exact, yeah.
Close to 440.
Yes, now a chance in front, broken up by the Canadians. Puck along the end boards. Talaire for the Eagles. As Hatanaka gets hit up high, and that's going to be a penalty on Orfanos, elbowing call or something to that nature, and so Rayside's going to go on their first power play. Pretty obvious one there, Larry, at least to these eyes. So
pretty hard to... George, what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's...
Things happen.
Well, maybe the Eagles could get a shorthanded goal now, Larry.
I think he gave him 4 minutes. Let's see. I thought it...
Oh, yeah, good call. Wow, so here we go. A double minor on Orfanos, so a good chance for the Canadians here.
Well, he got a break. He didn't get 5 to be gone, eh?
Yeah.
So now the Eagles have to go to town here.
10, George Orfanos, 4 minutes. High stick.
So high sticking the call, 4 minutes, so Canadians on a double minor power play. Snow at the point. Snow moves it over. Now gets it back. Snow had a poke checked away by Dax, and he'll clear the zone. Snow with the puck. Over to Dupuis. Dupuis across the blue line. Smith now has it. Lots of time on this power play for the Canadians. 3:30 left. A lot of threes on the board right now, Larry. Shots 33 apiece. 8:20 to play here in the third period. Now Lamberty gets that one out of the Eagle zone and down the ice.
Dax has got to get off. He's tired, yes. He did a good job out there.
Puck behind the Canadians' end.
Canadians are changing also.
They led 6-3 midway through the second period. Eagles have stormed back to tie. It's the 4th time they've tied this game. Now Parrott will fire that hard off the boards. Takes a wild bounce, goes right to... That's Price, one-on-one. Price moves in. His shot. Oh, he hits the post. Rebound. Oh, my goodness. He had the goaltender beat, but the crossbar Stop that one from giving the Eagles a lead.
That's one at each end now.
It's definitely not a night for the goaltenders. A lot of offense here. Hatanaka across the blue line for the Canadian. 2:35 left on their power play. Martin with it at the point. Along the near boards. Hatanaka passes it over. That's Laval. Pass going to be broken up by French, and here comes the Eagles with it. Across the blue line, Ali. He'll fire it in.
Fresh bodies for the Eagles also.
Final scoring from the Taffy Able Arena, Larry, the Lakers win 5-4 in overtime.
Oh, good for them.
So they break that 6-game losing streak and 1-0 in WCHA play. And 5 goal playback calls. It's even better. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Now that one will be fired down the ice by the Rayside player, so we're halfway through the power play opportunity.
1 down, 1 to go.
Yep, as Laval has it behind his own net. 6:45 to play in the third period. We could be heading to overtime here. Although that's assuming a team doesn't score in the next 6:40, which would be quite an assumption right now. DeGrazia across the blue line, tried to pass it over as the Eagles will shoot that one down the ice. Rayside yet to register a shot on this power play. Minute 30 left. On the extra man advantage for the Canadians. They fire it in. Puck along the near boards as Dupuis lost his stick. As that one will be down the ice as this power play not going the Canadians' way at all.
No. They're lucky they came out of it alive so far because a crossbar hit by Price.
6 minutes to play in the third period. Minute left on the power play. We're tied at 6. Eagles and Canadians. That shot saved by Gilmore. That puck will go off the high glass. Canadians just trying to settle it down, try to get a shot on this power play. Dupuis at the point. Pass over to Snow. He moves in. His shot. Save Gilmore. Rebound. Puck loose. Canadians still have it. Dupuis now pass over to Snow. Snow shot. We're going to have a whistle.
Nets off.
And we might have a
we
penalty,
got a penalty
Larry.
there, yeah.
I think this is going to go against Rayside. It's going to be a high sticking call. So that's going to negate the power play for the Canadians. And the Eagles dodge a bullet there. Like you said, Larry, I think Rayside was the one to dodge the bullet.
Yeah.
As that shot by Price hit the crossbar. So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for 44 seconds, and the Eagles will get a power play.
And you know the shot, sometimes those pucks that hit the crossbar, they come straight out, they hit the goaltender's back and go in.
Yeah.
This one decided to do a little deflection off to the side.
Yeah, it went to the side. So 4-on-4 hockey, penalty on Rayside, Maltese. Be a high sticking call. So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey. The Eagles will have about a minute 20 some odd power play. Puck at center ice. Branger has 2 goals. Nice pass. Here's Scarella moving in. A shot. Oh, he missed the net. Beautiful setup by Bradinger. He's having a heck of a third period. Now Parrott shot. Blocker save. Rebound. And if you're the Eagles, Larry, you want to shoot on this goaltender. He's not very confident in net.
Right now, he's,
Laval with the puck. 10 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Now Brandinger in front of his own net. Eagles on the power play for a minute 15.
There, now they set up. They got George out of the penalty box. He's staying on the ice.
5 minutes to play. French across the blue line, fires it in. Clark for the Canadians in his own zone as he'll backhand the puck down the ice.
I don't like that, dumping that puck in and chasing it. Because you dump it in, you're turning it over.
Eagles got to be careful. They scored 3 power play goals, but they've given up 2 shorthanded goals. Clark with the puck for the Eagles. Along the near board, Scarella. Scarella with the puck. Over to Orfanos. Orfanos now moves in. Pass just out of the reach of Brandinger. Now Scarella near boards. Back to the point, French. French over to Scarella moving in. Scarella shot, pinballs. Goes behind the net. Orfanos with it. Orfanos keeps it. 25 seconds left on the power play. Back to Clark. On the near side board, Scarella. Now French, his shot. That goes wide. Puck behind the net. Orfanos big hit. Now Brandinger trying to get that puck as it hangs along the back of the net as should have a face-off, I believe, still in the Canadian zone layer with 17 seconds left on the power play.
It should be there, yeah.
Orfanos having some words with the Canadians player. It's been a pretty tame affair. We didn't see that in the Blind River game last Friday night, did we? Well, that one was
Rock'em sock'em.
Rock'em sock'em, indeed. Yeah, all over the place. Now they're going to bring the face-off outside, Larry. So I guess the Eagles player shot it and it hung into the net. Would that be the correct call?
I couldn't see it. The goaltender was blocking my view.
Face-off, won by the Canadians as they dump the puck down the ice. So that'll pretty much do it for the power play. 10 seconds left. Both teams would get a point if this goes into overtime, and that's not what the Eagles want to do there, as that's an icing call, and that'll effectively end the power play.
Yeah. But a face-off in their zone, and still they have 5 against 4 out there, so they, again, win this face-off, which is a big thing right now.
These teams have played one overtime game early in September. The Canadians won a shootout victory at home. Quick shot off the face-off, and that'll take 2 seconds off the board.
Like I said, win the face-off.
Yep. Sometimes they don't listen to you, Larry.
Okay, they put a new unit out there.
3:43 to play here in the third period. That'll do it for the Eagles power play as both teams now at full strength. Shots 36-35 Canadians. Now puck at the blue line. Bertrand keeps it in. Dupuis along the end boards. Now the Eagles try to clear the zone. Harris fires it down the ice.
Again?
And that's going to be another icing with 3:20 to play.
Yeah, you can't change, but Eagles can't change, but Rayside can. They've got some fresh bodies out there now.
Lakers win by the score of 5-4. As I mentioned, the Sioux Greyhounds lose, and so Thunderbirds winning. Sioux teams are 2-1. The Eagles want to make it 3-1. It's a lot of work here.
Yeah.
Vachon across the blue line for the Canadians. Nice job by Harris. Stop him. Now here's Orfanos with it. Fanos fires it into the zone. Flipped up. Belanger gloves it down. 3 minutes to play. Canadians with the puck behind their own net. Eagles have never led in this one. Now that one deflected right into the glove of Gilmore. I think called a fair catch on that one.
Yeah.
2:47 to play. Larry and I will be back here tomorrow night on Hockey TV and ESPN 1400 as the Eagles will take on the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners.
They're not doing too well. Eh?
Now they're right about in the standings where the Eagles are, kind of almost the identical record. Should be a pretty even matchup.
We hope.
We hope. Canadians with the puck off the face-off in the Eagles zone, and we're going to have a penalty on the Eagles, and that's a tough one there.
Be a hooking penalty, yep.
2:37 to play in the third period, so Rayside's going to go on the power play again. Their last one wasn't too effective, but that's going to be a call, and that's going to be against, who's that, Dresch?
28.
Yep, Dresch with the penalty. So Canadians on the power play. We're tied at 6, 2:37 to play here in the third.
Well, the Eagles killed off the last 4-minute one, so let's hope they can kill off a 2-minute one.
Face off to the left of Gilmore, who's played well, Larry.
Yes, he
replacing
has.
Brancato, just giving up that one goal. So we'll do the face off to the left of Gilmore, won by the Canadians. Laval, his shot, that goes behind the net. Rebound goes right in front as French will fire that down.
Now that's a good clearing of the puck. Throw it way up in the air.
Tripping call on Dresch. So a power play for the Canadians. Across the blue line, Rayside with it. DeGrazia just out of his reach. DeGrazia and Hatanaka. Hatanaka to DeGrazia. DeGrazia back to Martin. Martin to DeGrazia. On the near boards, back to the point, Martin. Martin still has it. Nice pass inside. Laval shot up high, save Gilmore. Rebound loose, goes behind the net. DeGrazia has it. Under 2 to play. Martin at the point. Minute 10 left on the power play. Martin over to Laval. Laval's shot. That misses the net. That's going to go. No, nice job there by DeGrazia to keep that puck in. Now that puck goes over in the far boards. Minute left on the Canadians' power play as the Eagles trying to clear the zone. Hatanaka does a good job to keep it in. Rayside really doing a good job keeping the puck in. Now here's French. He fumbles. Kind of fell down. He ran into Dax and never really gained his balance, but he clears the zone anyway.
He had a chance
for
for
the
a breakaway
Eagles.
if he was standing on his skates.
Minute 20 to play. 40 seconds left on the power play. Canadians with the puck still on it. Snow over to Martin. Now Dupuis had his pass broken up as that one shot down the ice. Price will get it with a minute to play. Lamberty over in the far boards. Eagles still shorthanded for another 20 seconds. Nice job. A nice job by Lamberty as he passed it right to the Canadians player. Here's Smith with it. Smith with the shot. Gilmore save. Rebound loose in front. Puck still there. Eagles trying to get it the heck out of there. And we're going to have another penalty. I think this is going to go on the Canadians, though. A slashing call. And, boy, Lamberty got bailed out there by Gilmore, as he thought he was doing the right thing, passing it back, but you never want to do that when it's a Rayside player.
Yeah, he was playing the sleeper out there.
So now we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 9 seconds, Larry, and now the Eagles will go on a power play.
Wow.
So this game definitely has
This has got to have a good ending.
Yeah.
Hopefully for the Eagles, but it's got to have a good ending right here.
This isn't one of those games, Larry, that has fit the script.
No.
I think when you wrote the script of this game beforehand, this was not what you wrote. Shots 41-35 in favor of Rayside, as that penalty will go against Leishman. And so 9 seconds, Eagles will have a power play. This goes into overtime. It will extend the power play into overtime. Eagles are now on the power play. Orfano shot. That goes up high. Heinzel with the save and shot down the ice. 30 seconds to play. Eagles with the puck in their own end. Now a turnover as Maltese will fire that one hard off the boards and went right back to him. Gilmore stops at 15 seconds left.
You got to hold possession of this puck now.
Now
You don't want to
Clark.
be giving it out there.
Big hit there, picked up by French. Now French tried to get around the Rayside player. Monjones going to clear that down. So both teams will get a point here as we are tied at 6. And we'll head to overtime now with the power play, Larry. It won't start 3-on-3, obviously. It will be 4-on-3
Yes.
for a minute 15, and then 4-on-4 if they don't score. Next whistle goes back to 3-on-3. So 6-6 tie here. We'll keep it here during the overtime break. You are listening to Soo Eagles Hockey on ESPN 1400 WKNW, Sault Ste. Marie. My name is Scott Nason. Our color commentator is Larry Pozzabon. Our broadcast engineer back in the ESPN 1400 studios is Emily Pentecost. Our cameraman here at Pullar Stadium is Rob Horn. We have a 6-6 tie between the Soo Eagles and Rayside Balfour Canadians heading into overtime. Let's recap the scoring in that third period. The Eagles trailed by the score of 6-4 heading into the third period, but would score both goals, and both were scored by Joel Brandinger. He gets his first goal of the season at the 3:34 mark, an unassisted goal. At that point, it made it 6-5 Rayside, and then the tying goal, Branninger's second of the night, second of the season, with assists from Dominic Skrella and Bryce French on the power play. And that's where we sit right now, a 6-6 tie between the Soo Eagles and Rayside Balfour Canadians. Shots on goal in that third period, 14 for the Canadians. They have 41 on the night, 10 for the Eagles. They have 36. So obviously, Larry, both teams happy with the point, but a division game, you want to get that extra point, especially for the Eagles who are looking to break a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. 1 point is good because they haven't had it for a while. The last 3 games, they haven't got anything. So now they got 1. Let's go for 2.
Final scores in the NLJHL tonight: Blind River over Kirkland Lake 3-1. So the Beavers will stay in first place no matter what happens here. Cochrane 5, French River nothing. Powassan 7, Espanola 1, and the Sioux Thunderbirds all over Elliott Lake by the score of 11-3. The Lakers win in overtime at the Taffy Able Arena by the score of 5-4. Max Humitz scores the game-winning goal in overtime, and the Sioux Greyhounds fall to the Guelph Storm at the Memorial Gardens by the score of 6-4. So here we go, 5-minute overtime, 4-on-3 for a minute 14 before we get back to full strength.
Or the game's over.
Or the game's over, depending on what happens. So Orfanos, Scarella, Clark, and French. And it's been a game of special teams. Eagles 3 power play goals they've given up to. Now Orfanos off the faceoff, moves in. Orfanos behind the net, gets it back to Clark. Now Clark at the point, over to French. French with the puck for the Eagles. Down low to Scarella. Now behind the net to Orfanos, back to Clark. Clark over to French. Pass was a little behind him. Now French gets it back. French moves in. Scarella, doorstep. Scarella puts it over to Orfanos. Back to Clark. Clark fires. Save Heinzel.
Way too long to shoot.
for 46 seconds left on the power play. Good puck movement,
Good
but
puck
yeah, I
movement.
agree.
Yes, it is good puck movement.
A little too long on the shot, Larry. Coach Doug LaPrade and assistant coach JT Henke over there for the Soo Eagles. Don't see Alex Saruk tonight.
I thought he was there earlier.
Yeah, maybe. Now here's French at the point, over to Clark. Clark over to French. 35 seconds left on the power play. Skrilla down low for the Eagles. Skrilla now passes over to French, moves in, shot, and Heinzel sees that one all the way and makes the save. 4:12 left in overtime. If this remains tied, we'll have the shootout. The Eagles have done a good job here at home in the shootouts, Larry, 2 for 2 this season. However, they have lost to Rayside in a shootout earlier this season at Rayside.
Yeah, that was on the road.
Yep. Face-off won by the Canadians. Laval passes it over to Clark. And Rayside, you got to be careful for the Eagles as Maltese was dangerously loose. Now here come the Eagles with it. Here's Skrilla. He's got Clark going to the net. Skrilla with the move. Lost the puck. That one deflected away. 5 seconds left on the power play. Orfanos with it, a shot. And Heinzel will stop that one with 2 seconds left on the power play. So if the Eagles don't score in 2 seconds, Larry, the Canadians will get the player back. We'll play 4-on-4 till the next whistle. Assuming there's not another power play. Shots 41-40 in favor of Rayside. Again, if you came here to see defense, you came to the wrong game. Not happening. Face-off won by the Eagles. Dresch passes it over to Smoody. Now Smoody's shot, that goes wide. Over to Wood. Back to the point, Dresch. Dresch over to Smoody. Ali. Now turnover. Here comes Snow. Snow across the blue line for the Canadians. Snow in. Snow shot. Tried the short side. Misses. Hadanaka for the Canadians. Puck right in front of the Eagles bench. Wood. Now Ali chases it in his zone. Dresch and Hadanaka. Canadians with the puck. Right in front of the Eagles net. Picked up by Lamberty. 3:10 to play in overtime. Lamberty behind his own net. Lamberty off the stick of Ali. Now Hadanaka at center ice. Over along the far boards. Canadians with it in their own zone. Over to Snow. Snow. Pass just out of the reach of Hadanaka. Here comes Dupuis. Back pass to Hadanaka. Moving in. His shot. That goes wide. Over in front of the Eagles bench. Wood. Now Ali takes it. 2:40 to play in overtime. Ali with the puck. Bouncing puck. Over to Dresch. Now Dresch at center ice. He'll play that one off the boards. Puck still at center ice. Wood trying to get past Dupuis. Now Wood trying to get to the net. Wood fighting hard out there. A little bit of hold. Now Lamberty shot and a save there by Heinzel. So now we'll get to 3-on-3 hockey, Larry, for the rest of this overtime. 2:17 left in it.
Yeah, this is... Now you got to... It's almost like playing man for man.
Yeah, 3-on-3 hockey is now... Canadians have 5 players out there. They're going to have to get a couple guys off the ice.
They're not sure what's going on themselves.
Yeah, Coach Cuomo saying 3-on-3 guys. So here we go. Orfanos, Bradinger, and Clark, the 3 out for the Eagles. Big face-off in the Canadians' end. Face-off controlled by the Canadians. They'll skate it to center. Belanger with it. He'll try to drop it for DeGrazia. Now Bradinger gets it to Orfanos across the blue line, but it passed just out of his reach. Orfanos gets it in the near corner.
Oh, no.
And that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah.
On Orfanos. Got a little too aggressive there. And
yes,
so
he did.
Canadians on the delayed penalty call with the puck. As he'll skate it across the blue line. DeGrazia, nice move. DeGrazia passes over to Martin. And the Eagles will, no, they won't touch the puck.
They touched it, but they're not blowing it.
Belanger on the near boards. Coach Doug LaPrade not liking that call. He did touch it. Now DeGrazia in the slot, moves in.
You have to have contact.
And a pass will be behind him, and so that's going to be a power play opportunity. So we'll go back to 4-on-3 for the rest of this overtime with 1:32 left here in the overtime, excuse me.
This is... Yeah, George got a little carried away there. Carried away, yeah, he did carry him away.
Yeah, he did carry him away.
Wrapped his arms around him and picked him up and threw him.
So Rayside with a chance to win this game on the power play.
They're calling it. Somebody's calling a timeout here, I think. Or
Oh,
no, it's not. The players didn't know what Rayside weren't sure what was going on themselves again.
minute 32 left in overtime. We're tied at 6. Eagles shorthanded, and they'll shoot it down the ice. So holding the call on Orfanos. Minute 20 left here in overtime. Snow across the blue line for the Canadians. Snow with the puck. Snow behind the Eagles' net. Poke checked away by Lamberty. Now the Canadians come up with it. Laval passes it over. Now he gets it back. Laval with a shot. That deflects. Goes wide. Dupuis over there for the Canadians. 1 minute left in overtime. Lamberty in the near corner. Canadians control the puck. Big hit there by Clark on Maltese. Now Dupuis has it. Back to the point, Snow. Snow moves over to Laval. Back to the point, Snow. Snow, shot, hits a player in front, Lamberty, and now we have all sorts of commotion as Lamberty gets the glove in the face of a Rayside player. 43.8 seconds remaining in overtime. We stay tied at 6.
Lamberty was being a little over-aggressive there because he didn't want anything coming on to Gilmore, and nothing happened. Nothing materialized, which was good.
Face off to the right of Gilmore. Shots 42-41. Canadians here. They have 43 seconds left in overtime. Big face off for Ali. Canadians win the face off. Snow at the point. Snow over to DeGrazia. Makes the move, puts a shot. Gilmore makes the save and he'll hold. Good move.
Yeah. DeGrassi made a good move, but Gilmore followed him all the way.
And credit Gilmore. He's played well since he's come in.
He has.
He's really, been the difference, I think, for the Eagles here in the second half of the game.
Well, he hasn't let a goal in yet. Or he let in
one.
One in second, third period.
Face-off won again by the Canadians. At the point, Snow moves over to Laval. Now back to DeGrazia. Back up top, Snow. His shot misses the net. 25 seconds left. And Gilmore is going to try to glove that down, but he can't. Kept alive by the Canadians. 20 seconds to play. Snow at the point. Rayside still on the power play. DeGrazia moves a nice move. DeGrazia passes over Laval. Oh, what a save, Gilmore! He read that one well and got that glove up there and made a game-saving save right at that moment.
I said earlier in the third period, I let one in the second period. What a save, I'll tell you right now.
Big-time save there. Laval thought he was going to win this game for the visiting team, but Gilmore stymied him.
Eagles want to win this face-off now.
Shoot it down the ice. 12.2 seconds remaining. Dax to take the draw. Canadians win another face-off.
It's going to get over the line. That helps.
He'll get over the line, so that might do it here. Still time. 5 seconds left. DeGrazia in the slot, and we are almost about to go to a shootout as that shot goes wide. So we remain tied at 6, and we will have a shootout for the second time this season between these two teams and the third time this season here at Pullar Stadium. The Eagles won shootouts against Cochrane in their last shootout game here against the Sioux Thunderbirds, while they did lose the shootout to the Rayside Balfour Canadians way back on September 8th. So shots on goal 44-41 in favor of Rayside, and so we will pick the shooters. This is a best of 3 shootout. At one time it was 5, Larry, but they changed that a few years ago in line with what the NHL does. We've seen, Soo Eagles history, we've seen some long shootouts, Larry. I recall one, I believe, over in Sioux, Ontario, went about 16, 17 rounds a few years ago.
Oh, yes.
You remember that one?
Yes, that was in the Gardens.
Yeah.
The old Gardens.
The old Gardens, yeah. And we're going back a ways on that one. So here we go.
That was either our second year in the league.
Yeah,
or
you and Paul, I think, did that game, if I'm not mistaken. So here we go. Shootout about to commence. As the goaltender for the Eagles, Ryan Gilmore. Looks like Martin will be the first player to shoot for Rayside. Mitchell Martin, number 15. He has a goal tonight. We're just waiting for the officials to get ready. And it's been an offensive game here, Larry, but now is a chance for the goaltenders to make the difference. And again, credit Gilmore. He's done a good job for the Eagles to come off the bench. And we'll see if the Eagles can get this extra point, break the losing streak.
Rayside, he never had a shot on goal in that overtime.
All right, so here we go, Larry. First shooter for the Canadians, number 15, Mitchell Martin, the 2003 birth-year player from Sudbury, Ontario. So let's see if the 16-year-old Martin can give the Canadians a lead. Martin skates across the blue line, moves in on Gilmore. Gilmore, and a goal! Martin, nice play there. He just patiently put that one past Gilmore to give the Canadians a 1-0 lead.
I thought he came out too far, Gilmore.
So now the Eagles will have Caleb Wood, the Sioux, Ontario native, 2000-year birth-year player, to try to tie this one up for the Eagles. They're down 1-0 here in the shootout. Wood's done a good job in the shootouts this season for the Eagles. I think he had the winning goal against Cochrane. Now Wood across the blue line. Wood moving in. Wood shot, save there by the goaltender, Nicholas Heinzel. And now it's going to be Rayside with a chance to go up 2-0 and force the Eagles to have to score to win, or keep this one alive, I should say. And it's going to be number 12, Matthew Belanger, who has a goal tonight for the Canadians. Belanger, 2001 birth-year player out of Sudbury. So we're in the second round of the shootout. Canadians with a 1-0 lead, looking to beat the Eagles for the fourth time this season by 1 goal. Unbelievable. Now Belanger moves into the slot, a shot. He misses the net. So the Eagles now won't have to score to keep this game alive, but they'll want to score to tie the shootout.
You're right, yeah.
Trail 1-0 here in the shootout. Tommy Bice, the second shooter for the Eagles, 2000-year birth-year player out of Holland, Michigan. So here we go. Eagles want to get one on the board here. Bice with it. Now he'll move to the right side of the rink. Move to center. Bice in. Fake shot on a big save there by Mr. Heinzel. And now a chance for Rayside to win this one right here. It is going to be number 61, Nicholas DeGrazia. DeGrazia, 2002-year birth-year player out of Thunder Bay, Ontario. So here we go. Gilmore's going to have to make this save to keep this game going. Rayside wants that extra point to stay 1 point behind Blind River in the standings. Now Grazia across the blue line. In, shot, big save Gilmore. So now the Eagles are forced to score here to keep this one going. It's going to be number 21, Dominic Scarella out of South Lyons, Michigan. Wants to keep this one going. So the Eagles need to score here to keep this game tied and move it into the fourth round. The captain for the Eagles with the puck, looking to beat Heinzel. So Heinzel has not had a very good night, but he could make it a good night for the Canadians with the save here. Now Scarella goes to the left side. He'll move center. Scarella in, shot, and a save Heinzel. And that's going to do it here from Pullar Stadium. The Rayside Balfour Canadians will defeat the Soo Eagles for the fourth time this season by 1 goal. Our final score in a shootout, Rayside 7, the Soo Eagles 6. We'll take a break and be back with our post-game show on ESPN 1400. For those on Hockey TV, we bid you adieu, and we'll talk to you tomorrow here at Pullar Stadium, 6:45 for the game against Kirkland Lake.
Good night, folks.
You are listening to Soo Eagles Hockey on ESPN 1400. Scott Nason, Larry Pozzabon back at Pullar Stadium. Our final score in a shootout. The Rayside Balfour Canadians defeat the Soo Eagles by the score of 7-6. Recapping a very busy scoring night. The Rayside Balfour Canadians got on the board first, the 4:26 mark. Matthew Belanger, his 12th of the season, with an assist from Brady Maltese on the power play to make it 1-0 Rayside. George Orfanos would score his second goal of the season for the Eagles at the 5:02 mark with the goal assist from Joel Branninger to make it 1-1. 2-1 Rayside at the 10:57 mark. Mitchell Martin, his 7th of the season, with assists from Nicholas DeGrazia and Benjamin Hadanaka. Eagles would tie it at the 16:17 mark. Tyler Kiley Ram, his first of the season, with assists from Stephen Smoody and Malik Ali. Rayside would go up 3-2 in the first period at the 18:10 mark. Zachary Snow his third with assists from Brady Maltese and Jet Leishman shorthanded. Then the Eagles would score on the power play at the 19:01 mark. Dominic Scarella his fifth with assists from Bryce French. Just one assist.
Yeah, that was 5-on-3. Sorry.
That's right. Yeah, it was 3-3 after one, and then Rayside would score 3 goals in the second. Matthew Belanger his 13th at the 5:50 mark with an assist from Jet Leishman. Brady Maltese his 4th with assists from Mateo Dukas Dupuis and Christopher Clark. That one shorthanded. Then a 6-3 lead as Graham Siren his 1st with assists from Mitchell Martin and Nicholas DeGrazia. Eagles will get one back on the power play in the second period at the 12:24 mark. Caleb Wood his 8th of the season with assists from Jake Lamberty and Stephen Smooney. Then the Eagles would score 2 in the third period. Joel Branninger his 1st at the 3:34 mark. And then his 2nd goal of the season and of the game at the 6:28 mark. Dominic Scarella and Bryce French also getting the assist on the power play. No scoring in overtime. And then in that shootout, just one goal, Larry. The first goal by the
number 15.
Yeah, number 15,
Brandon
Mitchell
Jones.
Martin. And so Rayside with their 4th straight one-goal victory over the Soo Eagles this season. With the win, the Rayside Balfour Canadians improve on the season to 14-6-1. They'll remain 1 point behind Blind River for first place. And with the loss in the shootout, the Eagles will fall to 7-9-1-1. They'll move 4 points ahead of Espanola for 4th and fall 1 point further back of the Thunderbirds in 3rd place, who are in 3rd place. Larry, your thoughts on what was a pretty wild game here at Pullar Stadium?
Yeah, there was a lot of strange things happen here tonight. And I'm not counting the goal posts and the crossbar. I'm counting the 2 goals that the Eagles gave up on funny goals that went off the goaltender's stick and in the net, went off a player's stick and in one of their own players' net stick and went in the net. So Eagles come out on it. They weren't lucky tonight, put it that way. They did score 6 goals. Finally, they got some goals. But I said earlier, if you score 6 goals in the game, you should win. Both teams scored 6, and one came out a winner. But they just hopefully, you got a point out of it, but still you want to go into tomorrow night's game, and you're going to say, okay, we got a point last night. We weren't bad, but we weren't really good, so we got to play better. So good, bad, better. That's it. The Eagles have to play better if they want to start winning games.
Well, Larry, the next Eagles broadcast will be tomorrow night as the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners will come into town, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night. Thanks for coming by, and look forward to more Soo Eagles hockey tomorrow night.
Always fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. I want to thank our broadcast engineer, Emily Pentecost, back in the ESPN 1400 studios. Don't forget, our next Eagles broadcast will be tomorrow night. We'll have the pregame show at 6:45. as the Soo Eagles will take on the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. Again, our final score here at Pullar Stadium, the Rayside Balfour Canadians defeat the Soo Eagles in a shootout by the score of 7-6. You have been listening to Soo Eagles Hockey on ESPN 1400.